Where's that spider? That's the correct mic. One, two. 1, 2. Ha! Okay. You just got to turn this way down. Right down to about there. And
Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN2 presents Phoenix Rising. A look at today's Chippewa Valley Phoenix game. And now, to the NLWN2 studio for Phoenix Rising.
Hello and welcome to Phoenix Rising. Rick Olson here in the NLWN2 studio, and we're very excited to bring you the 4-3 Chippewa Valley Phoenix, who are 3-1 in the Northern Light Football League, as they take on the 3-0 Central Wisconsin Wolves, who call Stevens Point home and play in the Midwest United Football League. The Phoenix are coming off a 32-8 loss to the St. Paul Pioneers last Saturday, while the Wolves picked up a forfeit win over the Fox Valley Eagles. Now, coming up in this edition of Phoenix Rising, we'll take a look at today's matchup between the Phoenix and the Wolves. Then we'll get a coach's perspective on today's game in Coach's Corner. Then we'll send it out to Goerke Park in Stevens Point, where our broadcast crew will bring you all the play-by-play action of today's game. All that coming up right after this timeout. You're tuned Phoenix Rising on NLWN2.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those barbecues you plan in detail for your family? Or your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
Welcome back to Phoenix Rising. Today, the Chippewa Valley Phoenix will take on the MWUFL Central Wisconsin Wolves from Stevens Point. Now, last week, the Phoenix picked up a forfeit win over the Wisconsin Wolfpack. However, so as not to go multiple weeks in a row without a game, the Phoenix journeyed over to Burnsville, Minnesota to face the perennial powerhouse St. Paul Pioneers. In that game, the Phoenix battled hard, but 3 safeties forced by the Pioneers spelled defeat for the Phoenix as they fell by a score of 32-8. Now, we don't have much information about the Wolves other than they are part of the Midwest United Football League, and they play their home games on the campus of UW Stevens Point. Now, however, the last 2 of those games, the Wolves won by forfeit, the first of which was against the Eau Claire Cowboys, who couldn't field a team, and then against the Fox Valley Eagles, who also couldn't find enough players to field a team. They did play a non-league game back on May 18th against the NLFL's Central Wisconsin Bandits, which the Wolves won 22-12. Now, I guess that means we'll learn more about the Wolves during today's game. Now, thus far on this season, the Phoenix are being led both in the air and on the ground by Joaquin Bird. Bird has rushed for 95 yards on 10 carries for an average of 9.5 yards per carry, while passing for 207 yards on 14 completions in 25 attempts with 3 touchdowns. The favorite target of Phoenix quarterbacks has been Connor Hughesby, who has 8 receptions for 195 yards and 2 touchdowns. 4 other receivers have gathered 2 catches each. On the ground, in addition to Bird's 95 yards, is Noah Hayden, who has 43 yards on 11 carries, and Charles Harris, who's rushed for 41 yards on 8 carries. Defensively, the Phoenix are being led by linebackers Tanner Walker, Sammy McBride, and Jacob Brown, who are the team's leading tacklers. Bird has 2 interceptions, including a pick 6, and Chris Lipscomb has also grabbed a pick 6. Now, coming up next on Phoenix Rising, I caught up with the Phoenix coaching staff and had a chance to talk about today's game. That's coming up on Coach's Corner, as you're tuned to Phoenix Rising on NLWN 2.
If your estate isn't looking quite estate-like, let Midwest Environmental Consultants landscape your estate right up to snuff with installation of retaining walls, brick patios, foundation planting beds, and so much more. Then they'll keep it that way with their expert lawn care service. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 608-468-2067. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants help make your estate the showplace of the neighborhood.
Time now to get a coach's perspective on today's game as we discuss it over a cup of coffee on Coach's Corner. Coach's Corner with the Phoenix coaches is recorded at Phoenix Coffee on North Barstow Street in Eau Claire. And now Coach's Corner.
Before we get started today, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the nice folks at Phoenix Coffee for hosting us on Coach's Corner. You know, it just seemed appropriate that for Phoenix coaches to be talked with at Phoenix Coffee on North Barstow Street in Eau Claire. Now today on Coach's Corner, we're being joined by Phoenix Special Teams Coordinator, Jim North. And Coach, before we get too much into today's game, let's take a look back at last week. The Phoenix picked up a forfeit win over the Wisconsin Wolfpack, but rather than ending up without any game, Phoenix owner Jay Deutscher lined up a game with perennial powerhouse St. Paul Pioneers. Now in that game, the Pioneers topped the Phoenix 32-8. Your thoughts about that game?
They're a really good team. They're kind of like the River City Rough Riders, the championship team. Good quality guys, good players, good coaches. I mean, it was a good learning experience for us, new team. It's been a really good experience. We learned a lot from that game. At least we scored on it. We didn't get shut out.
And it does get kind of hard to win a game when you give up 3 safeties to the team, and you know that puts you in a bit of a hole. So the Phoenix battled hard, just weren't going to come out on top.
Exactly.
Now, can you give us a rundown on what to look for out of the Phoenix offense today?
We're supposed to be doing, I think, more run versus pass, more maybe short passes. We're going to try to implement more, get into the aspect of getting some short yardage first and then go the long yards later.
Okay. Now, the offense appears to have been pretty well balanced between pass and run, and the leading ball carriers so far have been Joaquin Bird and Noah Hayden and Charles Harris. Can you give us a little insight on what each of those players brings to the game?
With Bird, he's phenomenal. He can run, he can pass, he's got it all. But then with Noah, he's a bruising back. He'll get the ball and he'll try to plug his way forward for the first down. He'll get yardage that way. And Charles is kind of just like Bird. He's really a good talent, and I think that we're going to do well on the running game.
And it seems like Noah Hayden is kind of the 3 yards in a cloud of dust kind of grinded out running back.
Yes, he is. He reminds me a lot of number 28 on the Packers.
Okay. The Quadzilla.
Yeah, that's who he reminds me of. He's really good that way, Rick.
Now, on defense, the Phoenix leading tacklers have been coming from the linebackers, which is something that is kind of nice to see. You've got Tanner Walker, Sammy McBride, and Jacob Brown. Comment a little bit about each of those 3 and what special talents they bring.
Jake, diehard. He'll follow the ball no matter where it is. He'll get there. He'll make the tackle. And then the other 2 will follow suit. They'll be right with him. Those 3 guys always kind of form to the ball carrier or the ball wherever it's at. They're all like right there watching it.
In other words, you say they have a nose for the ball.
Yes, they do.
Now, and Tanner Walker, when he hits you, you know you've been hit.
Oh, he leaves a hit and you will feel it for weeks.
And in my case, I'd probably feel it for months. Just one hit is all it would take. I'm getting old. I mean, neither one of us would get up after one of his hits.
Oh, heck no. Maybe next week I might.
And how about special teams? Anything that we should look for special out of that? This is your bailiwick.
We're trying to get more yardage on the returns and try to get better coverages. And right now, I think we did better against the Phoenix, or not the Phoenix, the Pioneers.
Yeah.
We actually had some good return yards against them, and they're a good quality bunch of guys. So I think we'll be all right this next game.
Today, the Phoenix take on the Central Wisconsin Wolves, who play in the Midwest United Football League. They have been kind of like the Phoenix as of late. It seems like all their games end up being forfeit wins. They're very frustrated with not being able to play games when they're geared up to play them. What can you tell us about the Wolves?
I don't know a whole lot about them, but I think RJ, one of the guys that used to be on the Cowboys back a few years ago, he helped start that team. I think they'll be a decent club. Give them some time. They'll be just like we are. They're trying to find their niche in the divisions and try to get moving. And
it's very frustrating for both the Wolves and the Phoenix when the teams that you're scheduled to play aren't the solid organizations like the Phoenix is, and by the third week in the season, they're just shutting down camp because they can't get anybody to show up. That's got to be a big frustration.
Oh, big time. I'm sure the Rough Riders feel the same pain too, because they got to play some of the same teams we do.
Well, today's game ought to be a real battle for both the NLFL and the MWUFL, because both teams not only represent themselves, but their respective leagues as well. So I want to thank you, Coach North, for joining us today on Coach's Corner. And coming up next, more of Phoenix Rising.
You've been enjoying a cup of coffee while talking a little football with one of the Phoenix coaches on Coach's Corner, recorded at Phoenix Coffee on North Barstow Street in Eau Claire. Stay tuned, more of Phoenix Rising is coming right up.
Let NLWN TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network take you out to the ballgame.
Our next game will be on Sunday, June 9th, as the Cavaliers take on the Caw Red Sox in a doubleheader from Caw, Wisconsin. Coverage begins with the In the Dugout show at 12 noon, followed by live play-by-play. That's Eau Claire Cavalier baseball on Sunday, June 9th.
Welcome back to Phoenix Rising, and we're getting ready to bring you all the action of today's clash between the Chippewa Valley Phoenix and the Central Wisconsin Wolves. Even though today's game is not a league game, it would still be a good idea to take a look around the NLFL to see where things stand. Now, last week in NLFL action, we saw the Phoenix take a forfeit win over the Wisconsin Wolfpack, as the Wolfpack did not have enough players. The Tri-City Bulldogs also picked up a forfeit win over the Central Wisconsin Bandits, while the Brown County Blackjacks and the Midwestern Wildcats each won their games by forfeit. In NLFL action that actually got played, the Illinois Cowboys defeated the Manitowoc Mariners 24-12, and the Wisconsin Ravens topped the Rock River Rampage also 24-12. In addition, the River City Rough Riders were victorious over the Madison Mad Dogs 33-15, while the Midwest Warriors defeated the Fox River Raiders 22-0. That leaves the NLFL standings as follows. In the Northeast Division, first place belongs to the Wisconsin Ravens with a 3-0 record. In second are the Fox River Raiders at 2-1 and tied with the Brown County Blackjacks. The Manitowoc Mariners are in fourth place at 0-3. Now in the Northwest Division, first place we find the Chippewa Valley Phoenix and the River City Rough Riders tied for first at 3-1. Third place belongs to the Central Wisconsin Bandits at 0-4, while fourth place belongs to the Northfield Vipers, who are technically 0-9. In the Southeast Division, we find the Illinois Cowboys on top at 3-0, with the Midwest Warriors at 2-1 in second place. Third place sees the Rock River Rampage, while the Southern Lakes Blue Devils are in fourth at 0-3. In the Southwest Division, it's the Madison Mad Dogs in first place at 2-1 and tied with the Midwestern Wildcats. Meanwhile, the Tri-City Bulldogs are in third place at 1-2, while the Wisconsin Wolfpack is fourth at 0-3. Now in league action today, the Midwest Warriors will travel to the Illinois Cowboys, while the Fox River Raiders will host the Brown County Blackjacks. The Manitowoc Mariners will visit the Wisconsin Ravens, and the Tri-City Bulldogs will host the Midwestern Wildcats. The following teams will receive forfeit wins: the Rock River Rampage, the Chippewa Valley Phoenix, the Madison Mad Dogs, and the River City Rough Riders. Now coming up next, we'll wrap up Phoenix Rising and get you ready for today's contest with the Central Wisconsin Wolves. You're tuned to Phoenix Rising on NLWN2.
When you take 35 years of authentic Japanese recipes and mix it with the right environment, you know you've arrived at Tokyo. Tokyo Japanese Restaurant at 2426 London Road in Eau Claire has been the Chippewa Valley's premier Japanese restaurant and is known for having an authentic teppanyaki experience. Looking for a unique place to host a corporate event or party? The team at Tokyo will create an unforgettable event. Call today to book an event or make a reservation by calling 715-834-0313. That's Tokyo Japanese Restaurant in Eau Claire.
Welcome back to Phoenix Rising. Today we have two teams, Phoenix and the Wolves, looking to knock some heads in a matchup between two teams from the NLFL and the MWUFL. Now this is an important matchup between the two teams that are each looking for wins other than by forfeit. They each want to get back on the field and actually play a game. The key to today's game for the Phoenix is, can the offense actually move the ball and put points on the board? And can the defense make life difficult for the Wolves? So it all adds up to some exciting football action right here on NLWN2. Now, just a few moments, we'll send it out to our broadcast crew at Goerke Park in Stevens Point, and we'll have all the play-by-play action for you right here, coming up next on NLWN2. You've been tuned to Phoenix Rising on NLWN2.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
You've been tuned to Phoenix Rising with a look at today's Chippewa Valley Phoenix game. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN2. Stay tuned. Coming up next is live Chippewa Valley Phoenix football.
It happens to everyone eventually. Your computer goes on the fritz. Fear not, Sladen's Technology Services can help. When your computer decides to not cooperate, it can be very frustrating. Let Sladen's Technology Services keep you from wanting to drive your computer right off a cliff. Sladen's Technology Services supports business of all sizes. They offer assistance with managed anti-malware, encrypted email, fast tech support, data backup, and recovery, and more. Call Sladen's Technology Services at 715-864-2833 and get the IT help you desire. Sladen's Technology Services is the official IT service for the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
The Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN2 proudly present the Northern Lights Football League.
Chippewa Valley Phoenix football is on the air. Join us as the Phoenix strive to rise in the Northern Lights Football League. And now, out to the stadium for coverage of today's Chippewa Valley Phoenix football game.
And welcome to Goerke Field in Stevens Point, Wisconsin. And we are operating under a few technical difficulties today, and we'll get that figured out right about now. because we are operating without our regular mixer, so we're using the microphone that's built into the computer. And Dan, we can make that work, can't we?
If there's a will, there's a way.
Hey, attaboy. So Rick Olson, Dan Petchow, and Cameron on the camera. And we are ready for today's game. They are holding the coin toss down on the field right now as the Chippewa Valley Phoenix are going to take on the Central Wisconsin Wolves. Phoenix have arrived a little bit shorthanded today. And I would say, just looking over there, maybe we'll get a better count a little bit later on, somewhere around 25 players over there. And some of the little bit bigger names are missing. That's both in size and stature. I look at guys like Moose Butler is not here today. Rick Hamilton is not here today. They're pretty important segments of the line. Noah Hayden, one of the key running backs for the Phoenix, is not here. And so as I look down through the list, there are a number. Jacob Brown, one of the people we talked about in Phoenix Rising, one of the linebackers, his leading tackler, is not here today. But there are plenty of Phoenix that are willing to take on the battle and make something happen. We're getting ready for kickoff. Dan, did you see what happened?
I did. Stevens Point, they will be kicking.
The Wolves.
The Wolves will be kicking. And, yeah.
Okay. So we'll be back with the opening kickoff right after this timeout on NLWN 2. So we're back here at Stevens Point, Goerke Field in Stevens Point. And we're sitting up in a somewhat air-conditioned press box. There's, I feel, a little bit of a cool breeze coming against our back. We've got Cameron down in front of the press box. Yeah, and for some reason, we've lost that camera. And I don't know why. But Dan is going to check it out. And so hopefully we'll get that back real soon. And so I'll just describe what's happening as the Wolves have come out along their sideline after being introduced as a team. And they're kind of huddled up at the 35-yard line. We're sitting right on the 40-yard line on the north end of the field. And our camera is located right on the 50-yard line, or real close to the 50-yard line. And as Dan said, the Wolves will be kicking, Phoenix will be receiving. And I am looking out on the field. Looks like we have a three-man officiating crew, which is also a little bit light. So we're waiting for the teams to head out onto the field. Now the Wolves are starting to head out there. And the Phoenix are just standing along the sidelines. And now the Wolves are starting, or the Phoenix are starting to gather together and head out onto the field. And we are still waiting to try to get this camera up and running. And now it's back. And so it was just a little glitch in the giddy up, which is different than a hitch in the giddy up. So anyway, dropping back deep to receive for the Phoenix, we have Sage Weiss lining up on the near hash, and over on the far hash, we have Joaquin Bird. And kicking off for the Wolves, and they have numbers that are difficult to read. And he gets a toe into it. It's coming down to Sage Weiss at the 15. He takes it across to his right, out across the 25. He's to the 30 and taken down somewhere right around the 35-yard line. And that's where the Phoenix are going to take over 1st and 10. They're going to put it on the 34-yard line. And this game is underway. Sage Weiss on the return. About 19 yards on the return. Phoenix out. Now they're huddling up.
After the kickoff, yeah.
And we've got Joaquin Bird at quarterback, I believe.
Just watch him.
Phoenix come out of the huddle up to the line of scrimmage. Chandler Starren split out wide to the left. They're tight on the right side. Bird at quarterback. He takes the ball, drops back, looking downfield, rolling. He got hit as he released it, and we have some contact downfield. Pass was intended for Chandler Starren. It's incomplete. And I take that back. That's Charles Harris at quarterback, not Joaquin Bird. So Harris is 0 for 1 on throwing. Second down 10. Back up to the line of scrimmage. Again, Starren split out wide to the left, and they're tight on the right. Harris takes the snap, gives it up the middle. There's a hole and out across the 35 to about the 36-yard line. Trying to catch his number as he gets up. And that was carried by Noah Miles.
Third down now.
So third down, and they're going to make it 3rd and 8 for the Phoenix. Opening drive of the game. Again, lining up in that same formation. Miles the lone setback. Harris at quarterback. Operating out of the pistol. Takes a snap, drops back, looking downfield, rolling to his left, drops the ball, and falls on it, and is taken down back at the 23-yard line.
Yeah. No, keep it
It's going to bring up 4th and long. They're going to mark it on the 24. So 4th and 20 for the Phoenix. As Harris was rolling to his left, the ball just slipped out of his hands. That may be a problem today, Dan. It's pretty toasty down there on the field.
Yeah, that's going to be one of the issues of this whole game. They got to stay hydrated, got to be able to hang on to the ball. It's going to get slippery.
So, Phoenix in punt formation. I'm trying to see who the kicker is. There's a snap. He gets a low line drive kick away. It bounces at about the 45, takes a couple more hops, picked up at the 32, and coming out across the 45 to about the 48-yard line. And that was returned by Skylar Phillips for the Wolves. And they're going to mark it on the 49-yard line. So it's 1st and 10 for the Wolves, just barely in their own territory.
After the punt returned by Skylar Phillips. Not Skylar. It's a Wolves first down.
Phoenix defense is going to have to step up now.
Yeah, the run game is going to be important to both teams today.
And we have an official timeout for something on the field. Makes it a little easier to read the numbers when the sun ducks behind a cloud.
And nice little breeze.
Wolves at the line of scrimmage, and they had a false start by the tight end. Dustin Friend at quarterback for the Wolves, but they're going to back up 5 and have a 1st and 15. And they came out of the huddle and lined up, and the wide receiver on the left side didn't realize the ball had been moved back. He was 5 yards downfield. One of the Phoenix players tapped him on the helmet and said, hey, you got to back up a little. All right, Friend has him at the line of scrimmage. Give up the middle, and met right there. He got nothing, and that was Tanner Walker making a patented Tanner Walker tackle. Taken down at the 42-yard line. Loss of 2. 2nd down, 17. Splitting out wide to the near side is Noah Diaz. Dustin Friend has him at the line of scrimmage. Single setback this time. 2nd and 17. Give up the middle. Gets out across the 45 to about the 46-yard line. Maybe the 47. Gain of about 5. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 12.
Third down.
Now the officials have the ball spotted, and they did put it at the 47. Wolves come to the line of scrimmage. Diaz split wide to the right. I know we didn't pack, Dan. It was binoculars.
Yeah. Yeah, you should have to.
There's a snap and the throw over the middle, and it's intercepted by Bird. He's out across the 50. He gets dragged down from behind. His helmet comes off, and a flag comes out. That's a horse collar tackle. And so we're going to tack on another 15. Bird got taken down around the 48-yard line of the Wolves.
Yeah, the ball was hit on the way up. Good interception by Bird.
Yeah, Friend was under a lot of pressure, and he put it up, and it got tipped on the way out, and Bird just played it like a center fielder and pulled it in. So they're going to get another 15 tacked on. They marked it at the 49, so that should take it down to the 34-yard line. First turnover goes in favor of the Phoenix. And while they get this discussed, we'll take a moment on NLWN 2.
For decades, I've taught you everything I know. How to safely build a fire, and how to control the flames. But I can only teach wildfire prevention. Only you can prevent wildfires.
From homemade sauce to dough that's made fresh, and the specialty meats and real mozzarella cheese, Sammy's at 2812 London Road has the recipe for the best pizza in town and has been Eau Claire's go-to pizza place since 1957. Sammy's not only offers award-winning pizza, but their menu includes burgers, sandwiches, chicken, and much more. The next time you're in the mood to head out for dinner, drop into Eau Claire's only Hall of Fame pizza parlor, Sammy's Pizza, 2812 London Road in Eau Claire, or call it 715-831-1300.
Okay, we're back here in Stevens Point at Goerke Field, and the Phoenix have the ball after all of that at the 32-yard line. And it looked like somebody got ejected, and I'm not sure exactly who and on which team, because the officials marked it one way and then another. And at any rate, the Phoenix are at the line of scrimmage. Harris calling signals, takes the ball, gives it to Miles, and Miles up across the 30 down to about the 28-yard line, gain of 5. It's going to bring up 2nd and 5. Well, no, gain of 4. 2nd and 6. All right, again, Starn is split out wide to the left. They have a tight end and a wing on the right side. And again, they give to Miles driving forward, and he got it down to about the 26-yard line, gain of 2 more. That's going to bring up 3rd and about 4. Well, no, they're going to put it on the 27, so it's 3rd and 5. Phoenix at the line. Harris at quarterback. Takes a snap. Rolling to his right this time. Throws a nice soft pass and can't get there that time as Connor Usby. It looks like he tried to turn up the field. He stumbled on the 10-yard line, and it looked like there was nobody anywhere near him, but it looked like he just kind of stubbed his toe or something. That was just enough to keep him from getting there. 8:40 to go in the first quarter. No score. 4th down, 5 yards to go for the Phoenix. They come up to the line. Harris in the pistol. Takes a snap. Rolls to his right. Looks, fires deep towards the end zone. And caught. Is it in the end zone? No, they're saying he was out of the end zone when he finally caught it. And I'm trying to catch the number.
I think it's 78.
That wouldn't make sense.
Well,
James Morris?
It was a number issue earlier.
First down.
Okay, you might be right.
And
he's got a lot of hair hanging down over the number on his back, so we can't read it.
Yeah, that was a good play there by the Phoenix.
It was just a little bit long, and he couldn't pull it in. We'll say it was Morris, and he just could not pull it in. Ball goes over on downs to the Wolves at their own 27.5 yard line. It's right between the 27 and 28. Wolves at the line. Two backs in the backfield now, along with Friend. He takes it around the side and taken down in the backfield by Sammy McBride with some pressure from the edge. Chased him down from behind and threw him down for a loss of right around 5 yards. That's going to bring up second and right around 15. If you're looking on the score bug on the screen, you notice down, distance, and quarter are not lit up, and that's because they're not doing the down and distance on the scoreboard here. Diaz splits out wide to the left this time. In fact, they're going 3 receivers out to the left. Tight end on the right side. Dropping back, looking downfield. It's a different quarterback. He's scrambling. He's escapes one, throws it downfield, and it's incomplete. And throwing that was Bo Rosenthal. Intended receiver was Noah Diaz, came all the way across the field, made a diving attempt, just couldn't hang on. That's going to bring up 3rd and 15.
Yeah, I think the run game is going to be the key to both teams today.
And we have a timeout being called by the Wolves. So with 7:23 to go, there's no score from Stevens Point on Phoenix football on NLWN 2.
Menominee Eye and Optical can help you see the world for the beautiful place it is. Doctors Nicholas and Marianne Comro provide comprehensive and emergency eye care for all, including pediatric and special needs patients. Whether it's examination for glasses to cataract or LASIK care, or diagnosis and management of macular degeneration, and so much more. In addition, Menominee Eye and Optical's experienced opticians will help guide you to the highest quality eyewear for the best value. That's Menominee Eye and Optical, 520 Wilson Avenue in Menominee, where they specialize in quality personalized care for you and your family.
From concept to creation, the Visual Identity Vault is your complete design headquarters for all of your business and brand identity needs. We offer precision production, meticulous screen printing for vibrant, durable prints. Our plans are tailored to you, apparel and merchandise for businesses, teams, and individuals. We have streamlined solutions, hassle-free web store setup. We handle orders and payments. Ready to elevate your brand? Contact us to get your custom creation started today at the Visual Identity Vault at tvivmn.com, 507-238-9793. Let's make your mark together.
Back here in Stevens Point at Goerke Field, as the Central Wisconsin Wolves come up to the line of scrimmage. Rosenthal at quarterback. Takes a snap. 3-step drop. Looking, he rolls to his right, throwing downfield. He's got a receiver open, but broken up and intercepted. Joaquin Bird with the interception. He's across the 50, to the 45, down to the 40. High steps, down to the 30, to the 25, and taken out of bounds at about the 22-yard line.
Yeah, tackled by the quarterback.
That's not as unusual as it sounds. Quarterbacks get pretty ticked off if you pick off their pass. But that's a second interception by Bird today. And so Phoenix will have the ball 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line of the Wolves. Just about to enter the red zone. Hey, don't forget, we're going to have Chippewa Valley Phoenix football next Saturday, June 15th. The Phoenix are going to host the Midwest Warriors at Carson Park. Coverage begins at 1:30. Harris waiting for the snap. He drops back. Looks off to the left and throws it right through the hands of Sage Weiss. Weiss got turned around, got his hands up, and the ball kind of zipped right between the fingertips. That'll bring up 2nd and 10. I think you're right, Dan, about the running game being critical because neither team's completed a pass yet.
0 for 6. 0 for 4 for the Phoenix, 0 for 4 for the Wolves.
That would be 0 for 8. Give up the middle to Noah Miles, takes it around the right side and gets down to about the 16-yard line. Gain of about 6. It's going to bring up 3rd and 4. As the Phoenix enter the red zone. See where he ends up putting it. He's going to put it on the 17. 3rd down and 5. And we have a whistle and a timeout being called by the far side official. The down box is in the wrong location. It's back right between the 18 and 19 yard line. The ball's on the 17. Harris waiting for the ball. Drops back a couple steps. Rolls to his right. Steps up. Continues going to the right. Keeps it himself. Gets down around the 10. Forced out of bounds about the 9-yard line. And that's going to bring up a 1st and goal for the Phoenix. Phoenix threatening now.
Down.
5:53 remaining in the first quarter. Noah Miles, the setback. And the give to him, check that's not Noah Miles. And he cuts up down to about the 5-yard line. Jaeger Quaddy in the backfield that time. They're going to mark it outside the 5, almost on the 6-yard line. 2nd and goal. Gain of a little over 3. Phoenix at the line of scrimmage. Harris drops back, looking towards the end zone, rolls to his left, still looking, throws it to the corner and through the hands of Chandler Starn. And that one's incomplete. 3rd down and goal.
3rd and goal.
Ball is sitting on the 7-yard line. Or actually right at the 6. So 3rd and goal from the 6.
Let them hear you, Wolves fans.
And Phoenix come up to the line of scrimmage. Split wide to the left is Chandler Starn. USB is tight on the right side. There's the snap. Rolling to the right. Now back to the left. Harris keeps it himself. He tries to turn it up and gets taken down back at the 9-yard line. Loss of 3 brings up 4th down and goal.
Quarterback is brought down by number 66, Nicholas Martorano.
They're going to put it right on the 10-yard line. Ball is straddling the 10. So 4th and goal from the 10. Phoenix offense has been on the field quite a bit more than the Wolves so far this first quarter. Dan, take a look at that. What's the play difference here?
Yeah, we got 11 plays to 5 plays for the Wolves.
Basically a 2-1 advantage for the Wolves. Snap to Harris, drops back, throws over the middle, and it's intercepted in the end zone, and it's going to come out of the end zone to the 20-yard line, trying to catch the number of who made that catch. And that sure looks to me like it's Maxwell Kirsten for the Wolves, and they're going to get it out at the 20-yard line, 1st and 10. So on the turnover, we'll take this quick timeout on NLWN 2.
When you have that craving for a home-cooked meal the way Mom used to make it, rest assured, you can still get that meal by going to Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax. Mom's is open daily, serving breakfast and lunch, and don't forget dinner on Friday nights with Mom's famous fish fry. The coffee is always hot, the breakfast is always delicious, and lunch will put a smile on your face and in your stomach. 225 Bremer Avenue, Colfax. Call 715-962-4617. That's Mom's Restaurant and Pub.
Back here at Stevens Point, the Wolves have it, and rolling out and running out of room and just getting rid of the ball. And we'll double check his number. I'm pretty sure that's Rosenthal. It is.
Yeah, we haven't completed one pass so far. I think it's good. Should become an all-round game now. If I was coaching.
I'm with you on that. All right, the Wolves at the line. Receiver split out both ways. Rosenthal under center. Drops back. He's hit in the backfield and taken down back on the 12-yard line. That's a loss of 8. That's going to bring up 3rd down, 18.
Yeah, good job at number 33 for the Phoenix to get through and get the sack.
Todd Sherry on that sack.
Central Wisconsin Wolves, thank you for your support.
So the Wolves come up to the line. 3rd and 18 from their own 12. And we have an official timeout for an equipment adjustment by one of the Wolves players. Looks like his straps for his shoulder pads came undone. You don't want that happening.
Especially when we're announcing. Our shoulder pads shouldn't come loose.
Well, our shoulder pads better not ever come undone. Hey, I want to remind you that coming up tomorrow on NLWN TV, we have Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball as they're traveling over to Cadott to take on the Cadott Red Sox. It's a doubleheader. It's a Chippewa River Baseball League doubleheader. Coverage starts at noon with the In the Dugout show, and it'll be followed by live play-by-play. So the Wolves now at the line. They have a slot receiver on the left.
Split wide on the right. Rosenthal drops back, looking downfield. Pressure coming. He got rid of the ball. And he's got a receiver, and he couldn't hang on. He had a receiver open at about the 46-yard line, and he just couldn't hang on to the ball. It's going to bring up 4th and 18. He was covered out there by Thomas Harris. Dropping back deep in to receive a punt is Antonio Williams. He's one of the players that has a different jersey number today. But good work by Dan. He got over there on the Phoenix sideline and got all those changes, or at least we think he got them all.
Yeah, just had to go down the line to get numbers.
And we have a penalty marker. The Wolves took too long to get that play off. And so now it's going to be 4th and 23. The critical part of this delay of game is where the punter has to be now. For example, that one had a snap that went over the punter's head and out of the end zone. It's almost too bad the penalty flag threw.
Yeah, and they'll be fighting the wind, too.
Looks like Noah Diaz back in punt formation. And again, Antonio Williams back deep for the Phoenix. There's a snap. It's a good snap that time. He gets a short kick away. Taken by Joaquin Bird at the 30, down to the 20, and pushed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Joaquin Bird did the right thing that time. Rather than juke and dance, he just got the ball and took off straight upfield. And let's see where they end up marking it. This three-man crew, they're working hard, but they are at a disadvantage because they don't get quite as many angles. Looks like they're going to put it right on the 15-yard line. So it's 1st and 10 for the Phoenix. Minute 35 to go in the first quarter. And the Phoenix come up to the line. Harris waiting for the ball. Igor Quaddy in the backfield. Play action pass, throw over the middle, incomplete. It was intended for Chandler Starr and led him a little too much. So that will be 2nd and 10. Quaddy heads out. You should be able to tell James Morris fairly easily. He's got the white helmet. He's lined up as the tight end on the right side. Connor Huseby is just outside his shoulder at a wing position. Starr in a split wide to the left. Harris rolls to his right, looking, throws it. He has Huseby. Huseby keeps his feet, gets hit once, driving, got down to about the 1-yard line. Let's see where they end up marking it. He got close. And they're going to put it on the 2, it looks like. We do have an injury to one of the Wolves over on the far side of the field. Huseby did get enough for the first down, but while they tend to him, we'll take this time out on NLWN 2.
when your energy costs going up get you down, it's time to contact Olson Solar Energy with offices in Altoona, Onalaska, and Wausau. Olson Solar Energy will be happy to provide a free solar evaluation of your home. Then, Olson Solar Energy will design a system that is designed to cover 100% to 120% of your current annual electric usage. Give Olson Solar Energy a call in Altoona at 715-318-5552 and see how Olson Solar Energy can make solar energy work for you.
I think one of the things us veterans are hoping for is soon the cabin will be built.
It's going to be amazing to be able to come to a place like this and stay at a cabin with amazing people, animals, a view, and get away from it all.
Country Haven Farms is fundraising to complete our cabin, giving Wisconsin veterans and their families a much-needed escape in the Northwoods. Donations of any amount are encouraged and sponsorships are available at all levels. To make a donation or sponsorship, please visit our website or give us a call.
Yeah, Dan, I almost knocked us off the air there trying to hit the right buttons for the computer mic, since that's what we're having to use today. All right, the Phoenix at the line of scrimmage, first and goal. They've got it marked at about the 3, it looks like. Maybe it's the 4. Harris waiting for the snap. Give straight up the middle, driving forward. He got to the 5, lost about a yard.
For 70.
And that's one you didn't get us there, Dan.
Yeah, I wonder who that is.
Well, we're going to have to find out.
One of the big boys.
Halftime, that's going to be your mission.
Yeah. It's going to be in the backfield again.
Last play of the quarter. Harris waiting. Let's see if he gets it off. He did. Harris keeps it. Throws it towards the back of the end zone through the hands of a defender. And almost coming up with the interception that time was Connor Newby. And it's going to bring up 3rd down. And goal to go for the Phoenix. And that's the end of the first quarter. With the score, well, there isn't one on NLWN 2.
Firearms, ammo, training, and safety. That's what it's all about at Mark on Shooting. Our certified gunsmith offers a full range of services from weapons cleaning to threading barrels. Our professional pro shop staff are ready to answer all your gun and accessory-related questions and help you pick the perfect weapon for you. You want to change the look of your firearm? We also offer Cerakoting. Stop in for details. Start browsing or book your classes at mark-onshooting.com. That's MARC-ON shooting.com. Mark on Shooting. Best kept secret in Chippewa Valley.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff.
Mama!
Like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
Back here at Goerke Field in Stevens Point. Actually, it's Goerke Field at Goerke Park here in Stevens Point. It's the home of the UW Stevens Point Pointers. And it's also the home of the Central Wisconsin Wolves. Going the other way this time, Phoenix up to the line of scrimmage. Had to wake up Cameron there for a minute and make sure he knew that the quarter had changed. Now we're at the right end. Phoenix at the line of scrimmage. It's 3rd and goal from about the 6. Harris waiting for the ball. Sage Weiss in the slot on the left. Gives it up the middle at number 70. We're going to find out who that is. He got it down to about the 2. It's going to bring up 4th and goal from the 2-yard line. And we've got a player for the Wolves kind of slow getting up. That was Avery Hull. He's still feeling it. He is up, but he's still feeling it. 4th and goal from the 2-yard line. Harris waiting. Takes a snap. Gives it to 70 again. He drives towards the end zone. Did he get in? Yes! Touchdown! Touchdown, Phoenix!
Yeah, good drive there by the Phoenix. Kept it on the ground, ball control, and scored some points.
And that'll make the score Phoenix 6 and the Wolves 0. And now they'll try for the 2-point conversion. Almost an instant replay of the last play because now they moved it back to the 3. This should be on the 2. Well, most leagues play NFL rules, but evidently... And now they put it back on the 2. So, 2-point conversion attempt coming up here for the Phoenix. Harris waiting for the ball. Takes a snap, rolls to the right, throws it into the end zone. That one's complete to Connor Hughesby. That'll make the score Phoenix 8 and the Central Wisconsin Wolves 0. And you're tuned to Phoenix football on NLWN 2.
C&K Construction is your source for high-quality concrete and construction work in the Chippewa Valley. Established in 2014, C&K Construction in Chippewa Falls is a leading concrete contractor proud to serve Eau Claire, Altoona, Menominee, and surrounding areas. Specializing in concrete construction, excavating, flatwood poured walls, and much more, they're right for all of your concrete needs. Call C&K Construction in Chippewa Falls at 715-559-1335.
Back here at Goerke Park as the Phoenix getting ready to kick off. And I'm looking to see who's going to do the kicking for the Phoenix. I believe, and I don't have that number either, Dan. So there's 2 numbers you have to find. 54 and 70.
Okay.
Write those down. So 54 and 70. And back deep to receive for the Wolves. Standing sideways to us so we can't see his number. Short kick. It's coming down, rolling down at about the 30 and falling on it for the Wolves. But he gets back up and gets taken down at the 28-yard line. That was returned by Isaiah Kelly. So the Wolves have it 1st and 10.
First down.
At their own. They're going to put it on the 30. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. That was a pretty generous spot.
Yeah. I don't know what they saw there.
Nonetheless, the Wolves have it. Rosenthal still at quarterback. Takes the snap, drops back, looking downfield, dances, throws it deep, and overshot everyone. And we have a penalty marker. It's probably going to be illegal contact. I believe it was before the ball was thrown. The flag is sitting at the 43-yard line. And it's a 5-yard penalty, whatever it is, and an automatic first down. Defensive holding is what they ended up calling against the Phoenix. So 1st and 10 for the Wolves at their own 35. Rosenthal gives it straight up the middle. Gain of about 3. And the person carrying the ball that time
for 28.
Oh, you saw Zach Miles? Because I thought it was Robert Anderson, 44. But I think you're right, because 28's lined up in the backfield. So that's Zach Miles. He's lined up at tailback. Rosenthal keeps it himself, goes straight up the middle, gets out to the 40. Gain of 3. That's going to bring up 3rd and 5. So 3rd down. Phoenix leading 8-0 with 12:42 to go in the first half. Wolves at the line. Rosenthal checks the plays on his wrist. Takes a snap. Keeps it himself. Goes to the left side, tied up in the backfield, and he's swarmed under by several Phoenix players. And making the tackle was both Brad Rexstead and Tanners Walker. They're going to give him forward progress up, tackled for a loss back at the 39. He actually ended up getting taken down a little further back than that. Now, Brad Rexstead is a guy that's our age, Dan. Am I correct?
Brad Rexstead is my age, yes. He was in my high school
he was
class.
Pretty pumped up when he made that tackle.
Yeah, good job in number 24.
Back deep to receive for the Phoenix. It looks to be Antonio Williams.
But we're just young yet.
That's true. There's the snap, and they almost got the kick, and we're going to get a roughing the kicker call against the Phoenix. Williams has it, gets taken down at the 25-yard line, but there is a flag on the ground back at the 24-yard line. One of the defensive players for the Phoenix came through, did not get a hand on the ball, and did knock over the kicker. Now, the down box should not be moving.
Yeah, he tried to sidestep the kicker and just caught his right side. Enough to knock him over, though.
And we're trying to, I think the Phoenix are saying, wait a minute, you marked that from the previous spot. Let's see if they get the previous spot correct because the down box started walking down the field. And she's 5 yards off of where it was when it was last snapped. Now they've got her in the right place. She got a little help from a couple friendly Phoenix players over there. Phil Hagan escorted her to the right spot. And so it's 4th down. And
correct, because it was a 5-yard penalty, and they were back.
Running into the kicker.
So that moved that back to the line of scrimmage.
At a running into the kicker, I would have thought maybe you'd decline that penalty because they kept Antonio Williams pretty deep in Phoenix territory. And that's what they're going to do. Well, maybe. A lot of substitutions going in and out for the Wolves.
I have one question for you. How many Phoenix fans are in attendance today?
Yeah, there's a good contingent of Phoenix fans, as the public address announcer just asked how many Phoenix fans there were, and then he asked how many Wolves fans, and you know what, Dan? That was about even, wasn't it?
Pretty close.
Wolves fans.
So it's 4th down and a long 10. Antonio Williams back deep. I'm looking to see who's back there with him. Maybe Tony Seals. I think that might be another number you have to check on for us, Dan. Oh, no, I've got it. Demetrius Bennett. And now he's...
I have no idea.
Now, there's still a lot of discussion going on down there.
Yeah, I mean...
It's... Right now they have it marked as 4th down and a long 10.
Where the ball should be marked.
And I think they marked the penalty off as a 5-yard penalty. For running into the kicker, which does not carry an automatic 1st down. He only glanced into him just a little bit.
Right. Yeah, just on his kicking leg side, just a hair, but it was enough to knock him over. So that might be the discussion. Was it roughing the kicker or just...
Well, I think they know it was a running into. It's just how they're going to... So they have a...
Okay, running into the kicker.
And so they are going to decline the penalty, and the Phoenix will have the ball back on a right around, if I remember correctly, it was right around the 25-yard line where Antonio Williams was taken down. The young lady running the down box, her name must be Ann, because she was right the first time.
That's right.
And Ann is always right. She tells me that all the time. I was off by 10 yards. They're marking it on the 35-yard line. I think, actually, they're off by 10 yards, but so be it. Phoenix have the ball, 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line. They come up to the line of scrimmage. Noah Miles is the running back. Charles Harris, the quarterback. Slot receiver on the near side and slot receiver on the far side. Harris drops back, looks downfield, throws it out into the flat. Passes. Couldn't hang on to it over the middle. That was Sage Weiss. Penalty marker did come flying in. And let's see what they've got. And it's a hold against the Phoenix. So that's going to back them up 10 yards. It's going to make it 1st and 20. Back at the 25-yard line. Don't forget, coming up at halftime, we have Phoenix halftime, and we will have a special guest for you. It's a player who I don't think is here today. Oh, yeah, he's here. Sammy Sprinkle is going to be our guest at halftime. Phoenix at the line of scrimmage, 1st and 20. Harris takes a snap. He drops back, looks downfield, fires out into the right flat, a little bit high and incomplete. That was intended for James Morris. Morris wants somebody to come in for him. He had to go up and get it and got hit while he was up in the air. 2nd down 20.
Yeah, good coverage by the Wolves there.
This is what they call playing behind the sticks, and it's trouble for a team. That holding penalty on 1st down moved things back and makes it really tough. In fact, Sammy Sprinkle, our halftime guest, is the right tackle for the Phoenix right now. Noah Miles, the setback. Harris waiting for the snap. Drops back, looking downfield, rolls to the left, throws it deep. He's got Joaquin Byrd at the 30. He's down to the 27-yard line where he's wrestled to the ground. Taken down there by Alfonso Bell, and Alfonso Bell was not going to let the speed of Joaquin Byrd get away from him. But it's 1st down for the Phoenix in Wolves territory at the 27-yard. They're going to mark it on the 28-yard line. With only a 3-man crew, you really can't complain too much about the spot of the ball, as long as they're in the right county.
Yeah, good job to get behind the defense and get the catch.
Phoenix at the line. Give up the middle and trying the right end and running out of bounds. That time is Jaeger Quaddy. They're going to mark Quaddy out of bounds at the 25-yard line. So it's a gain of 3. 2nd down 7. 9:40-ish to go in the first half. On a warm, toasty day, it really isn't that hot out, but that sun coming down, reflecting off the field, it's plenty warm here.
Yeah, we're looking right into the sun up there in the press box.
Phoenix at the line of scrimmage. Harris gives it up the middle. That's number 70 again, and he got taken down. Loss of just about a yard, maybe. In fact, it is going to be a loss of a yard. Well, maybe not. Let's see where he puts it. This does become an adventure after a while. It is a loss of a yard. 3rd and 8. Charles Harris coming in from the sideline with the play. Starn and Bennett split out wide to the left. Bird and Hughesby to the right. Harris drops back. He's got some time now. Pressure's getting to him. He's under pressure, and they're going to call an intentional grounding, I believe, because that ball did not get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Wolves coaching staff is not very happy that a flag did not get thrown for intentional grounding. And they're having a discussion. And they do call it intentional grounding on the Phoenix. It's going to bring up 4th and long. It's going to be a spot foul. Or check that. It's going to be 5-yard penalty and a loss of down. Well, let's see where he goes with it. Like I said, this becomes an adventure. Intentional grounding, 5-yard penalty, loss of down, so it should be 4th down. And 13. 4th and 13 for the Phoenix. Starn and Bennett split out wide to the left. Bird and Hughesby to the right. Harris creeping up a little bit. Takes a snap. And a quick kick. It goes straight up in the air. And it's a fumble and grabbed by the Phoenix. A muffed kick. And the Phoenix, it went right into the hands of Sammy Sprinkle, our halftime guest. And he pulled it in. It's going to be Phoenix ball.
Yeah, good job by the Phoenix.
Yep, Phoenix ball, 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line. That's the second turnover that's gone. Third turnover. It's gone in favor of the Phoenix. 2 picks by Joaquin Bird. And now this muff punt recovered by Sammy Sprinkle.
Yeah, Phoenix can be patient. They're on the short side of the field.
Harris waiting for the snap. He gets it, drops back. Looking downfield, fires off to the left side. Pass is complete. Holy cow, a complete pass. And that pass was completed to Joaquin Bird. Taken out at about the 25-yard line. It's going to be enough for a 1st down. Let's see if there's a flag. They're holding the chain gang up a little bit.
There is a flag. It's in the secondary.
The young lady on the box knew enough not to move this time. The sticks moved, but she did not.
It's going to be a penalty against the Phoenix.
Well, that'll nullify the first completed pass. It looks like it's going to be a hold. And he didn't give us a sign, but it was a 10-yard penalty, so holding is what makes sense. So 1st and 20 for the Phoenix, back on the 47-yard line. 47 of the Wolves. Give straight up the middle. Again, that's the number 70 that we do not have the name of. And he only picked up a yard, maybe 2. But Dan, I'll tell you, as warm as it is down on that field, his pounding straight ahead for a yard or two has got to wear down that defense.
Yeah, this is not something that we see from the Phoenix's running backs this big, and good job here in the first half for number 70. Yeah, we'll get his number or name at halftime.
You've got 70, and who was the other one? 54.
54.
Phoenix at the line of scrimmage. Noah Miles is the running back. Shuffles over to the left side of Harris. Harris drops back. Looking downfield, fires deep, and that one's going to be intercepted. Taken out across the 30 to the 35 to the 40. Across the 50, down to the 45, and finally taken down out of bounds. And there's another number for you to find, Dan, number 96.
Interception. Central Wisconsin. There's a flag.
And I believe we might have a penalty marker.
We do.
Maybe for a hit out, unnecessary roughness out of bounds, maybe. Pass interference against the Wolves. So instead of the interception, it's going to go the other way. And let's see where they mark it. The pass interference, it is a spot foul. Now they're saying it's going the other way. So it's going to be the Wolves' ball. Now I don't understand that. They marked it. He gave the signal for pass interference. But at any rate, the Wolves have the ball, 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
First down.
Rosenthal brings the Wolves up to the line. And a quick pitch coming around the near side. And that was
for 21.
21, okay. James Reddick, the 4th. So Reddick picked up about 2, brings up 2nd down 8. Splitting out to the left side is Trenton Kruschenmeister. Aren't you glad I had to say that? And they also have a wide receiver split out to the far side. And we have movement on the Wolves offensive line. The entire right side of the offensive line moved. Unfortunately, they can't give each one of them a penalty and mark off 15 yards. But 5 will do. That should make it 2nd down 13. As they come up to the line. Rosenthal calling signals. Gives up the middle. It always swings it out to the left side. And tackled back at the 29-yard line of scrimmage. And once again, that was Reddick on the carry.
Third down.
Third down 13. Second quarter's moved along fairly well compared to I thought was a kind of slow-moving first quarter.
Yeah. I think all those incomplete passes slowed that game down. In the second quarter, the running games come out for both teams, and clock's moving.
4:18 remaining in half number one. Phoenix on top, 8-0. Rosenthal brings the Wolves up to the line. 3 receivers split to the left. Quick toss out to the left. Pass is complete. He's got some running room. That's Noah Diaz. And he goes down at about the 49-yard line. Or check that 44-yard line. And it's going to be enough for a first down. So 1st and 10 for the Wolves. Noah Diaz on the reception. Showed a little elusiveness after he caught the ball. So 1st and 10 for the Wolves at their own 44. They're at the line. And there's the snap. Rosenthal throws it out into the right flat and taken down in the backfield. Looking for his number. I believe that's Kruschenmeister.
Number 12.
Yeah, that's Kruschenmeister. Taken down there by Sammy McBride. Second down, 14. I think actually that would be Kruchenmeister. Rosenthal looking downfield, and he gets taken down from behind. He did get past the line of scrimmage, so it's not going to be a sack, but it's at the 41-yard line, and we're going to have the 2-minute warning. So 2 minutes to go in the first half. Phoenix 8, the Central Wisconsin Wolves 0, and you're tuned to Phoenix football on NLWN 2.
I'm Belinda, and this is Willard, and we were adopted in 2021. When we first met Todd, he was singing a song, and I was like, wow, look at this kid with the biggest smile, and he has a big heart to match.
The energy you give Todd, you get it back from Todd.
Yeah.
Todd's a joy.
Yes,
Todd
he is.
really is a great joy.
I love him. You and you.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org.
How you doing?
Hey, Mason.
Hey, Mason.
Thank you.
A place to make my own. A place that I call home. This place that I call home.
So we're back here at Stevens Point, on the campus of UW Stevens Point. Goerke Field. Phoenix on top, 8-0. 2 minutes to go in the first half. The Wolves have the ball. Central Wisconsin Wolves at their own 41-yard line. 3rd and 13. Rosenthal drops back. Looking downfield, he's got a receiver who lost his footing, and that's incidental contact. They're not going to throw a flag on that. That'll bring up 4th down, 13. There's another number for you to find over there, Dan. Write this one down as well. 38 for the Phoenix. He just came in.
Okay.
Back deep for the Phoenix, we have Joaquin Byrd and Antonio Williams. Back in punt formation is Kuchenmeister. A literal German translation of that one, Dan, would be the master of the cookie.
And that could be my name.
Oh, yes, it could. You've made great cookies. Kuchenmeister standing about his own 30-yard line. Now we have a timeout call by the official. Oh, a penalty. Maybe it's a delay of game. So 4th and 13 becomes 4th and 18. And Kuchenmeister is standing, he'll kick it right around his own 25-yard line. Waiting for the snap. He bobbles the snap, does get the kick away. It bounces right into Antonio Williams' hands. He's across the 30, 35, and taken down at the 39-yard line. And the Phoenix will have it. Let's see if they have a minute 28 offense that they can head downfield and put some more points on the board. Phoenix have, if you were watching Phoenix Rising in our Coach's Corner discussion with Jim North, he talked about how the Phoenix are going to hopefully rely a little more on the run. I'm not sure I've seen that yet today, Dan. I've seen a lot of passes being thrown. They have run the ball a fair number of times.
Correct, yeah, we have. They are 11, or they're 2 of 13 in the passing department today, but one was for 48 yards. So, if they can move this ball down the field, they might have enough time to get in the end zone.
All right, Phoenix at the line. Harris waiting for the ball. And now we have a flag and offsides being called against the Wolves. Wolves lined up offsides in the neutral zone, and that's going to move it 5 yards down the field. So it'll be 1st and 5. That's an effective first down play.
Yeah.
It sure beats having a holding penalty called against you. And they're waving off the penalty. And I can understand why. The ball did not get snapped with him in the neutral zone, so he could have gotten back. So 1st and 10. Harris on the shovel pass to Byrd, and that didn't go anywhere. The Wolves had that well defensed. Little too much penetration on the line as Byrd got taken down back behind the 35 to about the 33-yard line. That's going to be a loss of 4. Make it a loss of 6 yards. Loss of 6. And now we have a timeout on the field. So we'll take one too. Phoenix 8, Wolves 0 on NLWN. NLWN 2.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
So Phoenix have the ball. First down check that, second down and 16 yards to go. They are at their own 33-yard line. Phoenix scored on a 2-yard run by a guy that we got to find the name of. Dan's got quite a task at halftime to go find all those names.
Yeah, I'll have to track them down in the locker room.
And then a pass to Connor Hughesby from Harris for the 2-point conversion.
Second down.
So, 2nd and 16. Phoenix at the line. Harris takes the snap and drops back. Looks out to the right side. He's got Bird, who can't quite haul it in before the sideline. I think Bird caught a glimpse of the sideline that made him shorten up his stride and just out of his reach. It's going to bring up 3rd and 16.
Third down.
Phoenix come up to the line.
Let's hear it for that Wolves defense.
Third and 16. Harris waiting for the ball. Dropping back, looking downfield, throws it over to the left side. He's got Sage Wyson through his hands. Sage was straddling the sideline and couldn't haul it in. It was a little bit hot for right along the sidelines. It's going to bring up 4th down, 16.
Yeah, tough catch there. It would have been a tough one if you'd have held on.
It would have been a first down. $42 and some change remaining in the first half. Back deep to receive is Skylar Filtz. And now we have some more whistles on the field. Timeout being called. Timeout being called by the Wolves. They want to make sure they have the right personnel out there. So with them taking a timeout, we'll take one as well. Phoenix on top, 8-0, with 42.4 seconds left in the first half on NLWN TV, or NLWN 2.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Back here at Stevens Point, and it appears as though the Wolves have their personnel issues figured out. Back in punt formation for the Phoenix. Ball rolls back to him, and he keeps, that's Bird. Bird's on his feet, and he's still going. He's across the 35 out to the 41-yard line. Not going to be anywhere near enough for a first down, so the ball's going to go over on downs. And we have an injured Wolf player. I don't know if he's hurt or not. He's just really slow getting up. Back around the 24-yard line. And they're going to take a look at him. So while they do that, we'll take some time out as you're tuned to Phoenix Football on NLWN 2.
You quit smoking and thought, that's that. But here's the thing about lung cancer. By the time you see the symptoms, it could be too late. But now, there's a new scan that can detect lung cancer early when it's more curable. If you smoked, get scanned. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Back here at Stevens Point, some upcoming games. Next week, the Wolves will be heading down to take the Southern Lakes Blue Devils, who have changed leagues and are now in the NWUFL. And then they will play Blue Devils again on the 29th, and then the Falcons on the 13th. Phoenix have the Midwest Warriors coming up next week from Carson Park, and we'll have it here on NLWN 2. Wolves at the line of scrimmage. Rosenthal waiting for the snap. Takes it, looks out to the left side, throws it. He's got a receiver who dropped it. He thought maybe it might have been called a completion and a fumble, and he kept scrambling for it. Rosenthal got belted pretty good just as he released the ball. Pass was intended for Noah Diaz. It's going to bring up 2nd and 10. The injured player for the Wolves appears to have a cramping issue in his leg. He's getting some help along the sidelines right now. Wolves at the line. Again, looking out to the left side. Pass is in and out of the hands, and they call it incomplete. This time, the Phoenix went after it, thinking it might have been a backward pass. And real slow getting up is the intended receiver. That was Zach Miles. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 10. That pass was just slightly forward.
Yeah, 24 seconds. See if Phoenix can get a stopper here.
Lamar Graves was the one that was putting pressure, trying to recover that if it happened to have been a backwards pass. 3rd and 10 from the 40. Throw looking deep, and it's over the head and out of bounds of the intended receiver. That was Skylar Filtz.
We got to play it off for the Phoenix.
And that's number 70, Dan. So we don't even know who that is. We will find out. And while they attend to him on the field, we will take another timeout on NLWN 2.
Jason, let's go see your room.
That's not right. I was just
My name's Stacy, I'm 57, and I was adopted in 2020. One teen can come in and make you look at life in a whole different way.
You know, he's my father, so I look up to him a lot. If I can be 10% of the man he is, I'll be a happy person for sure.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org.
Back here at Goerke Field in Stevens Point, and it's number 70 who's being helped off the field by a couple of teammates. They were looking at a leg, paying attention right around a knee, but I don't want to speculate what that could be. It could be something as simple as a cramp, or who knows. So we won't speculate any further than that he needed help getting off the field. 4th and 10 for the Wolves at the Phoenix 40-yard line. 18.9 seconds remaining. Rosenthal takes the snap, drops back, fires off to the right side. He's got a receiver, but a defender who's got the ball. And they're saying that the Wolves catch it at the 8-yard line. It was well defended that time. Thomas Harris back there, jump ball, and Harris got his hands on it. And the Wolves have it 1st and goal at the, well, looks like they're going to put it on the 9-yard line. 1st and goal at the 9 with 9.3 seconds remaining in the half. Phoenix on top, 8-0, but there are 9.3 seconds remaining.
Yeah, just a 50-50 ball. Good concentration by the Wolves. Yeah, so now the playbook's kind of open here for the Wolves.
They've got time for a couple of plays. Conceivably, even 3.
Yeah.
If they're all passes. But they don't have to throw it far. Rosenthal brings the Wolves up to the line of scrimmage. First and goal at the 9. Snap, Rosenthal takes a couple steps back, and he's taken down in the backfield. And there's a fumble, loose ball, and the official stopped the clock with 2.6 seconds left, and it looks like Phoenix recover the fumble. Coming away with it is Waylon Nisus. And so the Phoenix will have it with 2.6 seconds, and Dan, if you ask me, I think this is time that you go kind of into victory formation and take a knee to end the first half.
Yeah.
No sense in giving them a chance at a fluke thing happening, and just take a knee, run the half.
Yeah, they've been known to throw the ball, but
when it's halftime, I need to talk to you.
it's time to just go to the locker room and get ready for the second half.
Or find some shade, because they don't really have a locker room here.
Yeah.
Phoenix lined up pretty tight. That's exactly what it looks like he's going to do. And that's the end of the first half. With the score, the Phoenix 8 and the Central Wisconsin Wolves 0. Stay tuned. Coming up at halftime, we have Phoenix halftime with our Phoenix profile. That'll be Sammy Sprinkle. And then we'll have some halftime statistics and some names to go with some numbers coming up in the second half. And that's all coming up right after this timeout as you're tuned to Phoenix football on NLWN2.
Time now for Phoenix Halftime with this week's Phoenix profile and other halftime entertainment. That's all coming up after this brief timeout. Time now for Phoenix Profile, where we take a look at one of this year's Chippewa Valley Phoenix players. And now, Phoenix Profile.
Today on Phoenix Profile, we're talking with Sammy Sprinkle. And Sammy, tell us a little something about yourself, where you grew up, levels of football you've played, and that type of thing.
I grew up in Stanley, Wisconsin. I played for Stanley Boyd High School football in high school, and then I'm kind of here now playing football.
There you go. So what's the most exciting thing that you've learned about this year's Phoenix team?
That the owner cares about you, and that the owner's there and responding, and yeah, it's more of a team.
Makes it a complete team, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So when you're not playing football, what are some other things that keep you interested or occupied?
Playing video games, working, because I have to work, you know.
Yeah, I understand.
Paying rent.
Yeah, okay. All right, I got a few rapid fire questions for you here. Pie, ice cream, cake, or cookies?
Cookies.
Is there a particular kind?
Chocolate chip.
Okay, now, with chocolate chip cookies, do you like it with the nuts or without?
Without.
Without, okay, just plain chocolate chip cookies. Nothing wrong with that, that's fine. I almost half expected you to say any one of them that they put in front of me. But, all right, burgers, brats, or hot dogs?
I like burgers.
And what do you want on that burger?
Cheese, tomatoes, lettuce, onions. Anything you put on it, I want it.
Okay, if it's out there, put it on.
Yeah.
Just pile it up. All right, your favorite NFL team?
Packers.
All right. Now, throughout history, is there any NFL player, past or present, alive or dead, that if you could sit down and have dinner with them, that you would like to have that, and why would that be?
Quentin Nelson, because when I played Madden and earlier, when I was younger, he was always really easy to trade for in Madden, and I just liked him a lot.
And he was a lineman like you, right?
Yeah, left guard.
Okay. All right. If you had a superpower, what do you think it would be and why?
Strength, and like Hulk, because he's indestructible and he can take a shot, and yeah, you can't take him down.
So if you have that, would Hulk then be your superhero name? Or what would Sammy's superhero name be?
Sprinkler.
Oh, the Sprinkler. Yeah, that makes sense. We're talking with Sammy Sprinkle here on Phoenix Profile. And tell us, why don't you give us a little shout out to your family and friends who might be coming to watch you at Phoenix games?
My mom, Holly Sprinkle, and my sister, and yeah.
Okay. All right. Now, when people come to Phoenix games, what number do you wear, and where are they going to find you on the field?
I'll be number 52, and I'll be on the offensive line, maybe playing some defensive line, right tackle, right guard.
All right. We want to thank Sammy Sprinkle for joining us today on Phoenix Profile. Coming up next, more Phoenix Halftime.
You've been tuned to Phoenix Profile with a look at one of this season's Chippewa Valley Phoenix players. This has been a presentation of NLWN2. Stay tuned. Coming up is more Phoenix Halftime.
Soar like the Phoenix. Whether it's t-shirts, sweatshirts, headgear, accessories, or much more, you can find it at the Phoenix Team store.
Just go to www.tvivmn.chipley.com and you'll find all the latest in Chippewa Valley Phoenix apparel. Show how you're ready to soar with the Phoenix at the Phoenix team store.
Don't stop. Don't stop. stop.
I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you out, because only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, Assistant Smokey Bear, call me Papa Bear, because I'm grilling up dinner. Do you get it?
Yes, good job.
So, what should I do with all these coals?
Don't just toss them out. Put them in a metal container because those embers can start a wildfire.
I understand. The stakes are high.
Ha 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 ha.
See, Smokey thinks I'm funny.
You've been tuned to Phoenix Halftime. Stay tuned. Coming up is more live Chippewa Valley Phoenix football.
What are you doing in there? What's that?
I wouldn't do that. What are you doing? What are you looking for?
And welcome back to Goerke Field here in Stevens Point, as we're getting ready to start the second half of today's game, as the Phoenix are leading the Central Wisconsin Wolves by a score of 8-0. Taking a look at our unofficial stats for the first half, for the Wolves, they were held to -1 yard rushing. That's on 10 attempts for -1 yards. In passing, they were 3 of 13 for 41 yards, for a total offense of 40 yards in the first half. And for the Phoenix, they had a total of 19 yards rushing, and that was on 16 attempts for 19 yards. 3 people have the lead for the Phoenix with 8 yards each. That would be Noah Miles, and it would also be Jaeger Quaddy, and also whoever number 70 is, and I'm waiting for Dan to get back with those names. but they all had 8 yards each. Passing-wise, Harris was 2 for 16 for 52 yards, the long being a 48-yard completion to Chandler Starn, as well as a 4-yard completion to Connor Hughesby. And Hughesby also had a 2-point conversion. That would be a 2-yard completion. Phoenix are out on the field getting ready to... Well, they look like they've got their receiving team out there, but if I'm not mistaken, I think they're going to be kicking off to start the second half. And I'm waiting for the Wolves to come out. Also waiting for Dan to come back. Rick Olson, Dan Petchow, and we've got Cameron on the camera. And poor Cameron is down there in the sun. He's toasty. I did give him some sunscreen. So, Mom, if you're watching, I provided him some sunscreen, so that should help. And here comes Dan, just before we get ready. Looks like the Phoenix are getting ready to kick off, or receive the kickoff. Dan came with food.
Yeah, and players.
Okay. So who's wearing number 70?
That would be Tony Seals, and he's going to be out because he's got an injury.
So Cole Truslow is number 54. I'm trying to find him on here. Well, in fact, why don't I just keep that right there in case I need it? Who is that number 96?
Murray. Mitty Murray.
And here's the kick. Coming down to the Phoenix at the 15-yard line. A burst of speed up across the 35 to the 40 and taken down at about the 49-yard line. I'm trying to see the number of who it was, and I'm not sure. I'm not sure who made that return. Oh, Irvin Murray is number 96. And who's this 38 here, Dan?
38. Tristan Erdman.
There he is, way up at the top of the list. All right. Phoenix have the ball, 1st and 10 at their own 49-yard line, just underway in the second half. And Dan has worn many hats today. Harris rolling out to the right, throws it, and the pass is complete to Morris, and he gets taken down at about the 40-yard line of the Wolves. They're going to mark it at the 41. It's just enough for a first down. 10-yard catch by James Morris.
First down.
And we have a player down for the Wolves.
Yeah, that's a big target for the Phoenix to throw to, number 78. That'll be a big factor in the second half.
Yeah, if Harris doesn't rush his passes, Phoenix players have been getting open, especially the deep throws. And I can't see who that is down there. The sun is just in the wrong place. I can't tell if that's a 1-6 or it's a something in a 6. Okay. J.P. Grondin was the injured wolf. Well, that's dangerous when you have a wounded wolf. And the Phoenix are at the line of scrimmage. 1st and 10 from the 41 of the Wolves. Harris takes the ball, gives it up the left side, and pounding his way down to the 34-yard line is Lamar Graves. So Graves with a pickup of 7. It's just shy of 7. So 2nd down and a long 3. Early in the 3rd quarter. Phoenix at the line. Chandler Starr and split out wide to the right. They're tight on the left side. Harris drops back under a little bit of pressure, throws it over the middle, tipped up in the air, and it falls to the ground, incomplete, nearly intercepted. It was intended for James Morris. He went up to get it, but wasn't able to get his hands on it. That's going to bring up 3rd down. And they backed the ball up. I think the side judge is going to come in and move it. He did. He moved half the ball length. So just like before, it's 3rd down and a long 3. You could say a short 4. Chandler Starn split wide out to the near side. Harris keeps it, rolls to the right, flings it downfield, and it's incomplete, intended for Morris. Little bit of contact, but nothing that would cause a penalty flag to fly. So that's going to bring up 4th down.
That's incomplete. Brings up 4th down.
Well, Dan brought up some hot dogs, which means that the Central Wisconsin Wolves will be in the running for the Top Dog Award. We have a really nice trophy that we're giving out at the end of the summer for all the baseball and football places that we go. And whoever ends up with the best hot dog is going to end up with the trophy as an award to their concession stand, based only on the hot dogs. Eau Claire Cavaliers are in the running. Colfax Vikings are in the running. And jumping off sides are the Wolves, and that should be enough for a 1st down. That should move the ball inside the 30, which will give the Phoenix a 1st down. And he shorted them a half a yard again.
Yeah, 66 for the Wolves. Just jumped a little early.
Yeah, it's Avery Hull. Just a hair early. Oh, I can't forget Augusta Athletics are in the running.
Okay.
There's a snap. And the give to Graves. And he dances around the left side, but didn't find much room to travel there. Lost a couple. It's going to bring up 2nd and 12. And a timeout being called by the Phoenix. So with a timeout on the field, it's the Phoenix 8 and the Central Wisconsin Wolves 0. You're tuned to Phoenix football on NLWN 2.
When your energy costs going up get you down, it's time to contact Olson Solar Energy with offices in Altoona, Onalaska, and Wausau. Olson Solar Energy will be happy to provide a free solar evaluation of your home. Then, Olson Solar Energy will design a system that is designed to cover 100% to 120% of your current annual electric usage. Give Olson Solar Energy a call in Altoona at 715-318-5552 and see how Olson Solar Energy can make solar energy work for you.
Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax has just what you need when you have that craving for a home-cooked meal the way Mom used to make it. Mom's is open from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. daily and until 9 on Fridays with a complete breakfast menu. Lunch includes sandwiches, salads, wraps, and burgers, along with Mom's comfort food favorites, and don't forget dinner on Fridays with Mom's famous fish fry. The coffee always hot, the breakfast always delicious, and lunch puts a smile on your face. 225 Bremer Avenue, Colfax. Call 715-962-4617. That's Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax.
Well, now we're getting a penalty marked against the Phoenix. And it's a big one, a 15-yarder.
Yeah, we never saw a flag or anything.
I think there was a fairly animated discussion happening over along the sidelines. And I don't know what the penalty was. So it's 2nd and, as Jay Fall would say, 2nd and Augusta. And that play didn't go anywhere as Lamar Graves might have got back to the line of scrimmage. No, he lost about 1.5 yards. So that brings up 3rd down and 29 for the Phoenix. How much you want to bet they're going to throw it here, Dan?
Yeah, they can't do that little crossing pattern. They're going to have to take a shot.
But there really isn't anything to lose by throwing it here because you could end up with 4th and really long.
Right, but if you came back to punt, you'll be in good position.
Star and split out to the near side. They're tight on the far side. Harris drops back, rolls to his right, looking, throws it deep, and he's got Morris, and he goes up and gets it. It's complete, and Morris was taken down at the 29-yard line. It's not enough for a 1st down, but it's a manageable play in the Wolves' territory. In fact, they're going to put it on the 28-yard line. And the officials blew whistle taking a timeout, so they're going to, and I'm not sure who called it, but it's a timeout on the field with the score, Phoenix 8 and the Wolves nothing on NLWN 2.
From concept to creation, the Visual Identity Vault is your complete design headquarters for all of your business and brand identity needs. We offer precision production, meticulous screen printing for vibrant, durable prints. Our plans are tailored to you, apparel and merchandise for businesses, teams, and individuals. We have streamlined solutions, hassle-free web store setup. We handle orders and payments. Ready to elevate your brand? Contact us to get your custom creation started today at the Visual Identity Vault at tvivmn.com, 507-238-9793. Let's make your mark together. The Phoenix are rising! NLWN 2 is excited to be your home for Chippewa Valley Phoenix Semi-Pro Football. Our next game will be on June 15th when the Phoenix will host the Midwest Warriors in a non-league game. Coverage begins with Phoenix rising at 1:30 p.m. Follow the Phoenix as they battle their way through the 2024 season on NLWN.
Back here, and Harris takes the ball. Long pass complete at the 15-yard line. That's Connor Hughesby with it. Taken out of bounds at the 15-yard line, and it's a first down for the Phoenix. Back when it was 3rd and 29, who'd have thought they'd get a first down out of it?
Yeah, looks like they might have made an adjustment at half, found some receivers that can get open.
First down.
So the Phoenix up to the line. Star and split to the right. 2 receivers split out to the left. Hughesby is wide out. Trying to see who's in the slot. Might be Sage Weiss. Give up the middle, ball's loose, picked up by the Wolves and taken down at the 22-yard line. Trying to see who made that, and it was...
Wolves, first down.
And I'm looking to see who did it. Oh, okay, now I can see, and I don't have his number. So I'm not sure who recovered that. I think it was number 3 who came up with it. But we don't have him on our list. Getting a little assist off the field is Irvin Murray. Sorry about that, Irvin. For the Phoenix. So 1st and 10 for the Central Wisconsin Wolves at their own 23-yard line. The sun is just getting to that angle. We run into this sometimes in the fall during high school games when the sun just starts getting low enough. It gets really hard to see the stripes on the field. Wolves at the line of scrimmage. They give up the middle and bouncing off a tackle or two and moving it to the right side. Still on his feet, finally taken down at the 30-yard line is number 2, and we do not have his name. Maybe we can pick it up from the public address announcer or something. And because he got out to the 30-yard line for a gain of about 7. And makes it 2nd down. And about 3. And they give up the middle again, same carrier. And he gets out to the 32-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd and short. It's Isaiah Kelly. So thank you for Dan for running over to the public address announcer. Those guys know everything.
Yeah, they got everything on the set. Just not hot dogs.
And they give up the middle. And he did not get the first down. He got hit right at the line of scrimmage. Sammy McBride, I think, is the one who stood tough there in the hole. It brings up 4th and 1. Rosenthal still at quarterback.
4th and short. Wolves are going.
And Isaiah Kelly still in the backfield. Big play right here, 4th down and about a yard, and the Wolves are going to go for it. Back in their own territory. Straight up the middle, and he's got a first down and a little bit extra. Rosenthal kept it himself and got out to the 35-yard line,
That play up the middle is good enough.
where it's now 1st and 10. Yeah, we had these sun screens that we were trying to deal with. That's all the noise you were hearing. And a pitch going around the right end. Kelly's got it across the 40 out to the 50-yard line or nearby. He's still on his feet. And he gets across the 50 down to the 44-yard line of the Phoenix. Isaiah Kelly making his presence known.
Another Wolves first down.
Got some holes opening up for the Wolves right now.
Or lack of tackling. They were there, they just didn't take him down. So 1st and 10. Looking over to the far side, Irvin Murray kind of nursing a knee or a leg.
Number 2 for the Phoenix is also laboring a little bit.
So that would be Thomas Harris. He's the one who went up for that jump ball pass late in the first half. You don't know how much of this is heat related and how much is impact related.
We got delay a game.
It looks like a delay of game being called against the Wolves. So that's going to make it 1st and 15.
Yeah, there is no play clock here today.
But unbeknownst to a lot of people, the field judge, the one down behind the defense, he will hold his hand up in the air when they're down to 10 seconds. In the last 5, he's counting off with his hand. So you do have something to go by. Pitch to the near side, and that's Kelly. Gets it across the 50 down to the 47-yard line. That's going to bring up 2nd down, 13. Wolves have the ball in Phoenix territory. Phoenix have the lead with 4:22 to go in the third quarter. And there's the give straight up the middle, and nothing that time. Tanner Walker kind of grabbed him and said, "No, my friend, you're not going here." Ball gets placed back at the 48-yard line, so it's actually a loss of a yard. 3rd down and 14.
Yeah, that's one thing about Tanner Walker. He'll fill up that hole.
And he'll make you know he's there. And we had Coach's Corner this week. Jim North and I were talking about Tanner Walker when he hits you, and you know you've been hit. And the Wolves call timeout, so the timeout on the field. It's the Phoenix 8 and the Wolves nothing on NLWN 2.
If your estate isn't looking quite estate-like, let Midwest Environmental Consultants landscape your estate right up to snuff with installation of retaining walls, brick patios, foundation planting beds, and so much more. Then they'll keep it that way with their expert lawn care service. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 608-468-2067. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants help make your estate the showplace of the neighborhood.
Yeah, I think one of the things us veterans are hoping for is soon the cabin will be built.
It's going to be amazing to be able to come to a place like this and stay at a cabin with amazing people, animals, a view, and get away from it all.
Country Haven Farms is fundraising to complete our cabin, giving Wisconsin veterans and their families a much-needed escape in the Northwoods. Donations of any amount are encouraged, and sponsorships are available at all levels. To make a donation or sponsorship, please visit our website or give us a call.
Wolves at the line of scrimmage, 3rd and 14. Rosenthal takes it. He's under pressure, and he's going down back at the 45-yard line of the Wolves. A sack of about 7 yards. First one in on the scene is Waylon Nesis. He's been making his presence known in the backfield. So the ball is spotted at the 46 of the Wolves. 4th and 20. Joaquin Bird is back deep to receive. Demetrius Bennett also dropping back for the Phoenix. Punter, and I can't see his number, is going to kick the ball at about the 35. He gets it away. A low end-over-end kick. Bennett has it at the 30. Tries to regain his balance, and by that time, the Wolves got downfield and hit him at the... Well, check that. He wasn't at the 30. He was at the 25 and got taken down at about the 27. So the Wolves have the ball, or Phoenix have the ball. 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Yeah, Phoenix have to try to put something together here in the second half. You know, the Wolves have figured out this run game a little bit, and now it's time for the Phoenix to, I'm thinking, still keep it on the ground. You got the lead.
Well, the guy that was causing most of the damage on the ground with the up-the-middle runs is not, he's out for the rest of this game.
Yeah, Tony Seals. So Phoenix will have to figure out somebody else in there.
Well, Noah Miles has been effective, as well as Jaeger Quaddy.
It's like 26 on the backfield.
That's Quaddy. And we have a timeout on the field. So with a timeout, it's Phoenix football on NLWN 2.
When you take 35 years of authentic Japanese recipes and mix it with the right environment, you know you've arrived at Tokyo. Tokyo Japanese Restaurant at 2426 London Road in Eau Claire has been the Chippewa Valley's premier Japanese restaurant and is known for having an authentic teppanyaki experience. Looking for a unique place to host a corporate event or party? The team at Tokyo will create an unforgettable event. Call today to book an event or make a reservation by calling 715-834-0313. That's Tokyo Japanese Restaurant in Eau Claire.
Today we recognize the soldiers before you for the successful completion of their basic training. this time, we would like the family members and loved ones to move forward and put on your Soldier's Army 1-Star badge.
Proud of you. First and 10 for the Phoenix with 2:23 to go in the third quarter. They're back at their own 27-yard line. And the snap. Harris looking down into the flat and throws it just a little bit wide of Jaeger Quaddy. So that brings up second down 10. Please bear in mind when we give you the stats today, they are highly unofficial. But we hope to get official stats before the next game. Phoenix at the line of scrimmage. Chandler Starn split out to the right side. Play action pass to Quaddy, and Harris keeps himself going around the right or around the left end and gets taken down at about the 32-yard line. That should bring up third down and 5. We're at Goerke Field in Stevens Point, the home of the UW Stevens Point Pointers, as well as Stevens Point Pacelli and Spash High School.
Third down. Let that Wolf defense here, folks.
Phoenix at the line of scrimmage. And the snap, it's low to Harris, but he picks it up. Looking out to the left, gets it to Starren, and he gets it, takes it in at the 41 or 42-yard line. It's going to be enough for a first down. Chandler Starren with the reception.
First down. Yeah, good run by Chandler Starren.
Hey fans, I'd like to let you know that coming up later this year, probably sometime after the new year, the Northern Light Webcasting Network will broadcast our 500th event. Be sure to stay tuned for special announcements and special awards for our loyal viewers, and that's all coming up later this broadcast season on the Northern Light Webcasting Network. Phoenix at the line of scrimmage. Trying to go around the right side, and that play got broken up in the backfield. Joaquin Bird didn't have a chance to get started. Too much penetration that time.
Hope this works, Wes. Listen to this.
Looks like maybe lost a 7-6.
Yeah, they're back around the 34-yard line. And that'll end the third quarter with the score. The Phoenix 8 and the Central Wisconsin Wolves nothing on NLWN 2.
For homemade sauce, to dough that's made fresh, and the specialty meats and real mozzarella cheese, Sammy's, at 2812 London Road, has the recipe for the best pizza in town, and has been Eau Claire's go-to pizza place since 1957. Sammy's not only offers award-winning pizza, but their menu includes burgers, sandwiches, chicken, and much more. The next time you're in the mood to head out for dinner, drop into Eau Claire's only Hall of Fame pizza parlor, Sammy's Pizza, 2812 London Road in Eau Claire, or call it 715-831-1300.
Firearms, ammo, training, and safety, that's what it's all about at Marcon Shooting. We offer women's-only basic handgun classes every other Sunday. Ladies' Day at the range every Tuesday. Women's only speed dating every Tuesday evening, 6 to 8. Women, learn how you can have less than lethal protection. We sell ladies' shooting accessories in our shop. Start browsing or book your classes at marconshooting.com. Firearms, ammo, training, and safety. That's what it's all about at Marcon Shooting, the Chippewa Valley's premier indoor shooting range and pro shop.
So we're getting ready to start the fourth quarter. Phoenix on top, 8-0, as the public address system is playing a little bit of jump around, trying to get the fans up and moving, but it's a warm and toasty day here. I'm not sure too many of them are up and bouncing around. Second and long for the Phoenix. Second and 18. Harris takes a snap. Keeps it himself. Fires downfield. That ball was tipped. He was looking downfield for Hughesby or for Sage Weiss. It's hard to tell because the ball got tipped right at the line of scrimmage and kind of was a wounded duck as it floated past. It's going to bring up 3rd and 18. But he had both Hughesby and Sage Weiss open down deep. Charles Harris at quarterback all day. Phoenix come up to the line. Chandler Starr and split out wide to the right. Morris is on the tight end on the left side, and Hughesby is the wing just outside of Morris. Harris drops back. Rolls to his right. Throws it over to Bird, and Bird gets pushed out of bounds, and it's a loss of about 3 yards. It's going to bring up 4th and 21. Make it 4th and 20, where they spotted the ball. It's at the 31-yard line. They've got to get all the way to the Wolves' 49-yard line, and I'm sure the Phoenix are going to try to punt it here. There's a snap, and the kick is away. It's a wobbler. Comes down at about the 45, rolls down to the 35 to the 30, and went out of bounds at about the 29-yard line. Not a pretty punt, but the end result turned out to be pretty good. So the Wolves will take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line. 14-19 to go. And both teams are kind of moving a little slowly out on the field right now. Phoenix have dominated the time of possession, but not so much on the scoreboard. It's still a one-score game.
Yeah, 13 snaps for the Phoenix, 7 for the Wolves.
What was that again?
13 for
13
Phoenix, snaps.
Oh, snaps. Okay.
7 for the Wolves.
Rosenthal at under center takes the ball and gets met in the backfield. Back around the 25-yard line. That's going to be a loss of 5. 2nd down 15. The Phoenix defense is, again, showing their stoutness. I think that's a word.
Yeah.
Or stoutability. We don't know, folks. We'll just make them up if we have to.
Yeah, the Phoenix defense has been good all year.
Rosenthal waiting for the snap. He drops back, looks downfield, throws it over the middle. It's incomplete. And I tell you what, Demetrius Bennett had thoughts about intercepting that and just couldn't quite get his feet to go the right way.
Pass brings up third down.
So third down and 15. Wolves break the huddle.
Yeah, good defense. The Phoenix knocked down by number 90. That is Nate Wilson. Coming off the edge. So fourth down. Number 35, Demetrius Bennett, back for the Phoenix. Here's the snap. Kick. It's a good kick. Takes a big bounce.
And we do have a penalty flag that came in.
Yeah, back at the line of scrimmage, it looks like. See what the player has to say.
And I'm sorry if you lost our signal there for a little bit. I think we're back on now. I think some of our stuff was getting a little too hot in the sun.
So they're going to talk about it.
It's an offsetting penalty. We're trying to find out what the end result is going to be here.
Yeah, there was no return.
The penalties from setting up field.
And this is what you run into when you have a three-man officiating crew. You just don't have enough angles, and you end up with a lot of questions. It's not that the guys are doing anything really wrong. It's they can't see everything.
So they're going to re-kick.
That's what it looks like. So the Wolves will be punting. 4th down, 15 yards to go. And a high snap goes into the end zone, and it's going to go out of the end zone. That's going to result in a safety and 2 points for the Phoenix. So that'll make the score Phoenix 10 and the Wolves 0.
Central Wisconsin Wolves 0.
And with 12:55 to go in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, that's a big break for the Phoenix. It gives them a little bit of breathing room. Now if they can control the ball here in the 12:55 left. No turnovers. So the Wolves will go back and they'll kick it to the Phoenix, and they're going to get a chance at some good field position. Looks like seeing who's back for 35, Demetrius Bennett, and number 4, Sage Weiss, are back for the Phoenix. 12:55 left in the game in the 4th quarter. 10-0 Phoenix. Here in Stevens Point, Wisconsin. The Wolves are getting lined up here. And they will be kicking into the wind. A few more substitutions for the Wolves. Bennett and Weiss are back here at the 35-yard line. Looks like number 7 for the Wolves is kicking.
And they're kicking it right off a tee, kickoff style. Sage Weiss takes it at the 40 to the 45, going over to the right, across the 50, down to the 45 to the 44-yard line. Sage Weiss is taken down. So the Phoenix will take over 1st and 10, now leading 10-0.
Yeah, Phoenix could be patient here. Run a little clock.
Charles Harris gathers the Phoenix together in a huddle as they spot the ball in the 44. 1st and 10. Phoenix break the huddle, come up to the line of scrimmage. Connor Hughesby, a wing on the left side. Morris is tight end on the left side. We also have a wing on the left. I think that's Sage Weiss. And Chandler Starn split out wide to the right. Harris drops back. Firing over to the right side. Sage Weiss just outside of his reach. Little bit too high for Sage Weiss. He was just breaking free from the traffic. Second down, 10. You're right, though, Dan. The problem with trying those long passes like that is when you don't connect.
Yeah, the clock stops.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that gives the Wolves just that one more chance.
But that safety was incredibly important because it takes it out of a one-score game. Phoenix up to the line of scrimmage. Pretty much the same formation. Harris drops back. Starnes open deep. Throwing it down that way, and pass is knocked away at the last second. Good defensive coverage that time by Connor Newby. Chandler Starren was open, and then Newby cut across in front and got his hands on it and knocked it away.
Yeah, big stop by the Wolves defense.
Third down, 10.
Third down.
We're waiting for the Phoenix to come out of the huddle. Starren and Weiss are on the right sides, both as wings on the right. Huseby is split on the left. Morse, tight end on the left side. Harris drops back. He's under some pressure. Throws it downfield, and Huseby can't get his hands on it. Kind of got his feet tangled up with the defender.
The pass is incomplete to bring up fourth down.
Yeah, so stopped by the Wolves.
Fourth down, 10. Well, the Phoenix used less than a minute of time on this drive. On 3 straight pass plays. Harris quick kicks. It goes down the field and rolls out of bounds at the 10-yard line. Nicely placed quick kick. And they're going to mark it on the 9. So the Wolves have a long field ahead of them. First down at the 9-yard line on NLWN TV, or NLWN 2.
Let NLWN TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network take you out to the ballgame.
Our next game will be on Sunday, June 9th, as the Cavaliers take on the Caw Red Sox in a doubleheader from Caw, Wisconsin. Coverage begins with the In the Dugout show at 12 noon, followed by live play-by-play. That's Eau Claire Cavalier baseball on Sunday, June 9th.
Back here at Stevens Point, Goerke Field.
First down.
Wolves at the line of scrimmage. First down. Rosenthal pitches it to Kelly coming around the near side. He leaps a defender and gets out across the 30. He went airborne up over, I think that was Tanner Walker. Or it was Demetrius Bennett, one of them.
First down.
Yeah, good job by the Wolves right side to seal that off.
So they mark it at the 30, 1st and 10. They send a receiver out wide to the right, or wide to the left side. That's Isaiah Kelly. Nope, it's not Isaiah Kelly. Isaiah Kelly's wearing 2. That's Isaiah Kelly. And he gets up across the 30 to about the 34-yard line. We do have an injured Wolf player, and he's coming off the field pretty gingerly. That is Kyle Zarecki. Okay, splitting out wide to the far side is a receiver, and to the near side is Markel Hurdle, I believe. Kelly gets the ball. He carries it up across the 35 to about the 37-yard line. So the Phoenix aren't the only team with mystery numbers.
Yeah, a couple for the Wolves.
Hurdle splitting out to the right side. Couldn't see who's out to the left side. I think it's Noah Diaz. Give to Kelly again. He stiff arms his way out across the 45 to nearly the 50-yard line. Isaiah Kelly, they're going to say he was dragged down at the 49. 9 minutes and 9 seconds remaining.
First down.
And they are putting it right on the 49-yard line. But it's a 1st and 10.
Yeah, the Phoenix need to seal off those edges now and turn them back inside.
So the Wolves with the ball right in the pointer's head, right in the center of Goerke Field. And taken down right away is Rosenthal. Bo Rosenthal did not have a chance to do anything with the ball. Got taken down back at the 42-yard line.
Yeah, big number 90 for Phoenix.
That's a loss of about 7.
$90 is Nate Wilson for the Phoenix.
Second down, about 17. give up the middle, and Kelly bounces off one tackle, but didn't get much further. He ended up losing about a yard.
Yeah, and who was in on that tackle?
They're going to say he did get back to the line of scrimmage. It's going to bring up 3rd and 17.
Number 31 on the tackle again.
Tanner Walker. Both the Phoenix and the Wolves are just really happy to have a game this weekend. They've both been running into a number of forfeit situations through no fault of their own. They're not the team that's forfeiting. Their opponents were forfeiting. Rosenthal drops back. Now he rolls to the right, flips it over the middle. He's got a receiver. Ball's loose and picked up by the Phoenix at the 32-yard line.
Yeah, big hit there by the Phoenix.
Pass was completed to Markel Hurdle, and as he was heading down the field, he got hit, dropped the ball, and everybody was looking the wrong way. It was just sitting there on the ground, and nobody knew where it was, and finally the Phoenix came over and picked it up.
Phoenix first down. Nice catch.
Yeah, first big catch of the night for the Wolves.
Looks like there might be a little rain in the direction that we're heading when we head out of here. I think we've got enough time to get this one done. 6:05 remaining in the fourth quarter. Phoenix ahead 10-0. Phoenix at the line of scrimmage. Harris takes it, gives it off, and trying to get back up the field was Todd Sherry. And he got dragged down. And now we have a penalty marker goes flying.
Wolves and Phoenix. Ask that you dispose of all your garbage and recycling.
And it's unsportsmanlike against the Wolves. Todd Sherry got to the 31-yard line. So it was going to be a loss of 1.
Easier on Becky.
Yeah, big penalty here for the Wolves.
And now the Wolves coaching staff wants to find out what the deal is, as he's out having a bit of a discussion. But an unsportsmanlike. Takes it out to the 45-yard line, and it'll be a first down for the Phoenix. And the referee says, wind the clock. And the snap. Quick shovel pass to Bird. He bounces it to the outside this time. He gets across the 45 to the 50 and run out of bounds at about the 47-yard line of the Wolves. Looks like they're going to mark it closer to the 49. Still a gain of 6. So it'll be 2nd and 4. They've tried that play several times already, and the Wolves have done a good job of defending it.
That keeps the clock running.
Coming up on the 5-minute mark, Lamar Graves into the backfield for the Phoenix. Steps over to the right side of Harris. Gives him the ball. Tries to bounce it to the outside, but they got him by the ankle that time. Noah Diaz kind of knifed his way through and tripped him up. So it goes back to the Phoenix side of the 50 to the 46-yard line. 3rd down 9. I'm not so sure we are going to beat that rain out of here, Dan.
Yeah, it doesn't look like a big shower or a storm, but you can see the back side of it. But it's definitely got rainfall on it.
It's one of those that will get our equipment wet.
Oh, I forgot about poor Cameron sitting down there.
4:04 remaining. Play action pass. Harris rolls out, throws it, and gets started over on the far side at about the 42-yard line. That should be enough for a 1st down.
Yeah, good out route by Starn.
That must be what, about 4 catches for him today?
Four catches. Yeah, 2 of them been for big yardage.
Phoenix at the line of scrimmage. They're at the 42-yard line. 1st and 10. Under 4 minutes remaining. And the snap. Give to Graves straight up the middle. He got down to about the 40-yard line.
Yeah, 1-yard game, but keeps the clock running.
So 2nd and 9. And we have a timeout being called by the Wolves. So timeout on the field, 3:08 remaining in this one. Phoenix 10, Wolves 0. You're tuned to Phoenix football on NLWN 2.
Soar like the Phoenix. Whether it's t-shirts, sweatshirts, headgear, accessories, or much more, you can find it at the Phoenix Team Store. Just go to www.tvivmn.chipley.com and you'll find all the latest in Chippewa Valley Phoenix apparel. Show how you're ready to soar with the Phoenix at the Phoenix Team Store.
10-0. Phoenix on top of the Central Wisconsin Wolves. 3:08 to go. Phoenix have the ball. 2nd down 9 at the Wolves 41. They're at the line of scrimmage. Lamar Graves at running back. And we have a penalty come flying in.
I'll start.
So that's going to back the Phoenix up 5 yards. Going to make it 2nd and 14.
It's rain coming there, Wes.
Harris drops back, fires it deep, and it's a 50-50 ball. And did he come away with the interception? No. Chandler Starren broke it up. Pass was intended for Starren, almost intercepted by Connor Newby. And this time, Starren broke it up. 3 minutes on the dot remaining. Third down and 14. And over on the far side, Jay Riley is having a little discussion with the official. Riley comes back into the huddle.
You change the clock to 3:08. 3:08. Yeah. Just the same way you do to set it for 15 minutes. Still 3:08:0.
Phoenix at the line, but they want to get the clock readjusted. So they set it to 3:08, although after the last play it was 3 minutes even. There's a snap. Harris drops back. Fires it deep. Looking out there for Bird. Bird goes up. He came down with it. Joaquin Bird with the reception at the 10-yard line. It's going to be first and goal for the Phoenix because that nose of the ball was inside the 10. Well, now it's not. But I don't think he can get a first down without scoring. So first and goal for the Phoenix.
Yeah, great 50-50 ball.
I was going to say that every time that the Phoenix have fired it like that, when Charles Harris is fired deep, the Wolves have been right there.
Yeah, the Wolves haven't given anything deep really today, except 2 plays.
And now we have an official timeout for the 2-minute warning. So 2 minutes remaining in this one as you're tuned to Phoenix football on NLWN 2.
I'm Chris Jakovic. I served in the United States Air Force and I deployed 3 times. So in 2017, I was serving as an Air Force First Sergeant. Our motto in that role is my job is people, everyone is my business. But unfortunately in that year, I would lose my own brother, Lance Corporal Adam Jakovic, to suicide. The majority of veteran suicides are from guns. I store my weapons securely, not only for myself, but for my family. My service never stops.
There is a road laid out for me.
First night here, but Amy seems cool.
Leading down to the river. I am blind, but I need not see.
What do you think?
I know this road is there for me. If I'm really free, take me down to the river and walk.
We're back here in Stevens Point. Phoenix have the ball, first and goal at the 10-yard line. Harris throws towards the corner of the end zone, going up and trying to make the reception is Joaquin Bird. He couldn't quite get it. Hughesby was over there as well.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad throw. Just a little bit high.
Second and goal. Fairly heavy cloud has come over the stadium. So far, so good.
Yeah, we can see the backside of the cloud, so...
Actually, it's made it much more pleasant here. Phoenix at the line. 2nd and goal at the 10. Harris has a receiver split out wide to the right side. That's Bird. Harris keeps it himself going around the right end. He's heading for the pylon. Cuts it back up and into the end zone for a Phoenix touchdown. Charles Harris.
Touchdown.
So the Phoenix will line up for a 2-point conversion. That touchdown made it 16-0. A score that sounds like more of a defeat than it really is. This has been a nip and tuck game the whole time. Phoenix at the line of scrimmage. Huseby at the right wing. Sage Weiss at the left wing. Throwing to Weiss in the end zone, and it's complete.
2-point conversion is good.
Yeah, good double pump there by Harris to freeze the defender and squeeze it in for 2 points.
So that makes the score Phoenix 18 and the Wolves 0. With 1:41 remaining in the game, we'll take a timeout right here on NLWN TV, or NLWN 2.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff.
Mama!
Like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
So we're back here, Goerke Field in Stevens Point. Phoenix going to kick off to the Wolves with 1:41 remaining. Phoenix have just opened up an 18-0 lead. We will have some aspect of a Phoenix follow-up after this game. 18-0, and the Phoenix getting ready to kick off. There's the kick. And trying to return it, not finding anywhere to go. I think that was Kelly. No? No, it was not. It was Kuchenmeister.
Now I'm hungry.
Well, we may just have to find a pretty good place to stop on the way back. So the Wolves got the ball out to the 33-yard line where they take over first down. They have wide receivers split out on both sides. And we have a penalty marker come flying. I think maybe the Wolves, they had an illegal participation. I think they broke the huddle with 12 in the huddle. So they come up to the line again. Diaz is split out wide to this side. I think it's Hurdle to the far side. Throwing over to the right side. He's got a receiver just overthrew him. That, in fact, was Dustin Friend. Takes us down to 1:27 remaining. Second down, 15. Back at the 28-yard line.
As always, veterans and active military get in for free as we honor this great mission. We'll see you Saturday, June 29th for Honoring America, your Central Wisconsin Wolves.
In a 27, ball gets snapped. Ball gets tipped as it was released and went right into the hands and picked up. And they're going to call it incomplete. Right into the hands of Kelly. Rosenthal was trying to wind up and go deep, but it got batted, and it batted it right into the hands of Kelly.
Yeah, more Phoenix defense.
Third down and 15 yards to go. That play took 5 seconds. Wolves come up to the line. And Rosenthal waiting for the snap. Takes it, drops back. Looks out to the right side and threw it a little bit behind that time for Noah Diaz. And that's going to bring up fourth down. Looks like the Wolves are sending the punt team out. Dropping back for the Phoenix is Demetrius Bennett. And now a couple of them come off the field. There's number 11 coming out on the field. Player number 11, not his uniform number. There's the punt. Bennett drops back, lets it hit the ground. And Bennett went down. Ball rolls out of bounds at the 31-yard line, and Demetrius Bennett with an absolutely non-contact injury out there, and he's in pain.
Yeah, he just was backpedaling.
And he's getting pulled up, and
little gimpy, but
I thought he was doing it like just common or something at first.
And he heads off. He might have got a cramp or something as he was backing up, and he's reaching back around his Achilles. And I just hope he didn't Aaron Rodgers us.
Yeah.
So the Phoenix have it 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. I'm not sure how many timeouts are left. 0 timeouts on the scoreboard. I don't know if that's accurate. for the Wolves. Phoenix are in victory formation. And there's a snap and rolling out and throwing it, and I tell you what, you can get yourself in a lot of trouble doing that. As Charles Harris took the snap in victory formation, rolled out and tried to hit Chandler Starr down the right side. He misconnected, so it's going to bring up 2nd down 10. 1:01 remaining. Now they're back in victory formation. Hughesby splitting out, and this time they do go down. And now the Wolves are saying they came up with a fumbled snap. And we're waiting to see, and the clock is running. It shouldn't be.
Stop the clock. I know.
And now he's saying wind the clock. And one of the Phoenix players lined up 3 yards downfield. Chandler Starr, now he backs up. Down to 13 seconds. Harris is saying, I don't think he needs to snap the ball. Down to 4, 3, 2, 1, and that's it. Final score, Phoenix 18 and the Central Wisconsin Wolves 0. And we're going to have Phoenix follow-up right after this timeout on NLWN 2.
You've been tuned to Chippewa Valley Phoenix Football Live on NLWN 2 and the Northern Light Webcasting Network. This has been presented for the private entertainment of the tuned-in audience. Any broadcast, rebroadcast, or reproduction, in part or in whole, in any form, without the express written consent of the Northern Light Webcasting Network, LLC, and the Chippewa Valley Phoenix, is strictly prohibited. Stay tuned. Coming up next is Phoenix Follow-Up, with a look back at today's game.
The Phoenix are rising. NLWN 2 is excited to be your home for Chippewa Valley Phoenix semi-pro football. Our next game will be on June 15th when the Phoenix will host the Midwest Warriors in a non-league game. Coverage begins with Phoenix rising at 1:30 p.m. Follow the Phoenix as they battle their way through the 2024 season on NLWN 2. That's exciting Chippewa Valley Phoenix football on June 15th.
Time now for Phoenix Follow-Up, with a look back at today's Chippewa Valley Phoenix game. And now, back out to the stadium for Phoenix Follow-Up.
And we're back here at Goerke Field. And the Phoenix have come away victorious over the Central Wisconsin Wolves by a score of 18-0. And taking a quick look at the scoring plays, the Phoenix scored in the second quarter with 14 minutes remaining on a 2-yard run, and that was by, we didn't know it at the time, but by Tony Seals. Then Connor Hughesby caught the 2-point conversion. Following that, it wasn't until we got to the fourth quarter, and the Phoenix came away with a safety on a high snap, making the score 10-0, and then recovered a fumble at 6:05 in the fourth quarter when everybody was looking the wrong way. Finally, the Phoenix picked it up and drove the ball down the field and finished off on a 10-yard run by Charles Harris with 1:41 remaining. Sage Weiss caught the 2-point conversion, making the final score Phoenix 18 and the Central Wisconsin Wolves nothing. Taking a look at the very unofficial statistics. That's easy for you to say. For the unofficial statistics for today, for the Wolves in the second half, they picked up 56 yards rushing. Their leading carrier was Kelly, and they had one completion in the second half for a -7 yards. So they had 49 total yards in the second half, making it 89 yards for the game for the Wolves. For the Phoenix, they had 14 yards rushing, and they were led primarily by Harris, who had 15, and then in passing, the leading receiver in the second half was, well, only by a few yards, was Joachim Bird. He had 45 yards and on 2 receptions, but it gave the Phoenix a total of 122 yards in the second half for a total of 193 yards for the game. So 193 to 87. And joining us right now is special teams coordinator James North. And, you came here a little short-handed with bodies today, but what you had went out there and played hard.
Yes, they did.
and you came away with the 18-0 win. That score isn't really indicative of the game. This was a close-fought game the whole way.
Yeah, it was, definitely. Special teams did really a good job on that safety.
Yes, they did. And I've got to hand it to the Wolves. Every time you guys tried a deep pass, they were right there defensively. You guys came up with some big catches, but there were a couple 50-50 balls, and I think you guys came out even on the 50-50 balls. They got one and you got one.
Yes, they did. They're a young team.
And they're up and coming. They'll be a good team. And I was talking to some of the Wolves folks before the game, and they're hoping that maybe they can make some noise in a year or so. And
I'd say a couple years.
And so now the Phoenix came short-handed today, but I think that was just a bit of circumstances. People had other commitments they had to take care of. And so when they have next week against the Midwest Warriors, I think you're going to have more of a full slate.
Yeah, we should.
So what were your thoughts about this one?
I think we did a really good job. Defense was stellar. Offense started clicking. And the special teams did a phenomenal job today. I think we're up and coming.
Okay. Well, with that, we're going to thank you for joining us on Phoenix Follow-Up. Midwest Warriors next week, and we'll be back with a wrap-up here on Phoenix Follow-Up right after this timeout on NLWN 2.
Jason, let's go see your room.
No, that's not right. How was it? Is it good?
And we're back here at Stevens Point, getting ready to wrap some things up. Phoenix come away winners over the Central Wisconsin Wolves 18-0. Want to remind you to join us tomorrow on NLWN TV as we bring you the Cavaliers traveling to Cadott to take on the Cadott Red Sox in a doubleheader. Coverage begins at 12 noon with In the Dugout, followed by live play-by-play action. We'll have both of those games. Also, join us on NLWN2, right here on NLWN2 for exciting Chippewa Valley Phoenix football. Our next game will be Saturday, June 15th, when the Phoenix hosts the Midwest Warriors from Carson Park. Phoenix Rising starts at 1:30 p.m. with live play-by-play action following. Also, I want to remind you that coming up later on this year, actually probably early next year, the Northern Light Webcasting Network will broadcast our 500th event, so be sure to stay tuned for special announcements and special awards for our loyal viewers. That's all coming up later this broadcast season on the Northern Light Webcasting Network. Today's Chippewa Valley Phoenix football game has been brought to you by C&K Construction, Hy-Vee Grocery in Eau Claire, Menominee Eye and Optical, Midwest Environmental Consultants, Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax, Transport Garage in Altoona, the Northern Wisconsin State Fair in Chippewa Falls, Olson's Solar Energy, the Phoenix Team Store, Roland Machinery, Sammy's Pizza in Eau Claire, Slayton's Technology, Tokyo Japanese Restaurant, the United States Army, and Visual Identity Vault. Be sure to thank these fine sponsors for bringing you Chippewa Valley Phoenix football. So, for Cameron on the camera and Dan Petschow, this is Rick Olson. That final score once again, Phoenix 18, Central Wisconsin Wolves 0. You've been tuned to Phoenix Follow-Up on NLWN 2.
Let NLWN TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network take you out to the ballgame.
Our next game will be on Sunday, June 9th, as the Cavaliers take on the Cadott Red Sox in a doubleheader from Cadott, Wisconsin. Coverage begins with the In the Dugout show at 12 noon, followed by live play-by-play. That's Eau Claire Cavalier baseball on Sunday, June 9th.
You've been tuned to Phoenix Follow-Up, with a look back at today's Chippewa Valley Phoenix game. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN2.